Let's get it. Yo, 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 what's up, guys?
Finto!
Yo, what's happening? How are we?
What's up?
How you doing, brother?
I changed camera because I'm so fucking sick of the green flash, so...
Oh, dual camera setup.
that
Look at
works,
us.
man.
Yeah, I
You
got...
look beautiful.
Thank you.
You sound beautiful.
Thank you. Well, that's probably more true than looking beautiful, but thank you.
What kind
What's
of
up,
beer did you
gentlemen?
crack open? I heard you crack it in my ear.
I'm drinking a Dublin beer. It's a lager called Rockshore. It's just... It's kind of like a... It's just an Irish lager. It's
So is it like Dublin Brewery, actually? Like brewed there?
yeah, it's...
Oh, Lady Finto!
The first appearance. Easter egg. Easter egg.
Easter egg, yeah, she was in the background there.
On the podcast. You weren't here. You
Big
missed
cameo.
We don't miss a thing here.
it.
Yeah, it's actually only relatively new. It's only around a couple of years, but it's nice. It's kind of like a nicer Budweiser, and that's not a jab at anybody, but it's just
A lot of people love Budweiser. So.
Yeah.
When it comes to Budweiser, shoot away. Shoot away.
Wait, how do you say Coors? Do you say Coors?
Coors.
I just say Coors.
Oh, I knew
Coors.
people that said Coors.
Coors?
I think they're from Colorado, and it might be like the actual proper way to say it. So they're bougie
wow.
about it. Like, oh, I'm gonna have me a Coors.
Yeah.
Grow up, dude.
That sounds about right, really.
Grow up.
How was everybody? How was the week?
Great, dude. I was just telling Drnkie. I told you yesterday. I watched Loki 1 through 4 last night, and they're pretty
yeah.
nice back to back. They're pretty nice back to back.
Yeah, I'd say it is because just you don't kind of have the frustrations of the pacing.
Yeah, because I mean, you have a whole week of like what ifs where you just in your mind, if you're someone like me too, you just run through 100 scenarios. So it's just like actually having them back to back is nice. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. I think I don't know. I kind of think when Loki's done and there's a good gap, maybe I'll just go back to the start, skip the first 2 episodes of WandaVision, and then just kind of go from there.
Yeah.
That wasn't a job either, but it's just I think it's
skip all of Falcon.
highly unnecessary to watch those 2 episodes. I think personally.
I mean, the intro for like most people, like that's not their cup of tea. It is a bit too slow, but
Yeah.
for my sake, I really like the whole buildup of like this. Everything's not as it seems, and everything keeps getting changed over time.
I mean, they've proven the whole time so far that they really have pacing issues. That's something we've said with every series so far.
Yeah.
And they just need to. Whoever's in charge of pacing needs to go to a lecture or something, a TED talk, and
They
figure
need
it
to
out.
call Drnkie.
Absolutely. Well, like even like the people were making comparisons to like even the Netflix Marvel shows, which were a lot better in my opinion, but they still had pacing issues, but maybe a little more understandably because they're 13 episodes rather than 6.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And like I'll say this, it's a different medium. Like the art form of film is completely different than television shows. Where something like a comic book character and a comic book storyline might work really well in a 2-hour format, but it might not work well stretched out over 6 episodes, 7 episodes, whatever it is. So it might just be a format thing where it's like these things feel like they're stretched out and paced wrong because it just doesn't fit it. It just doesn't fit.
Yeah, I think you could be right. I don't have any grapes, as you know, with Daredevil. I think Daredevil is probably the best version of a superhero TV show that you could ever ask for. It's just the acting is incredible. Maybe not from Karen Page, but from the rest of them, it's just fantastic.
Wow, that's unnecessary.
I don't
No,
know.
I've never been a major fan of her, like, to be honest.
I feel like The Boys is S tier for me.
The Boys? Yeah, The Boys is fantastic.
That's all I could want out of a superhero
Both
show.
seasons?
Yeah, I think season 2 of The Boys like kind of stood similar.
I'm seeing a lot
stance.
of comparisons to Loki and The Boys just because of the whole Highlander, like that one Highlander scene where they turned into another Highlander, the whole narcissist, like being that level of a narcissist. So I've been seeing a lot of comparisons of that kind of thing going on. And it just made me remember how much I freaking love that show and how stoked I am for the next season.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Jensen Ackles just from Supernatural and stuff. I follow him on social media and stuff, and he's deep into his role as Soldier Boy, like, and they're saying it's gonna be like game changer stuff. Like it's like he is like the evil Captain America, and he makes Homelander look like a fucking Boy Scout, like, you know. So it's gonna be wild, like, and you know he's doing kind of method acting where he's like up at 3 a.m. listening to fucking metal music, trying to like fucking psych himself out and shit, like,
Yeah,
you know.
you call that method acting? I call that Thursday. Whatever.
Thursday night.
Yeah, well, he's from Texas and he makes like country music in real life, so
No.
you know he's got to get into character. It's like the complete opposite of what he is in real life. You know?
Country music is redneck emo. Change my mind.
How dare you?
I'm from
Redneck
Kentucky.
emo.
I'm from Kentucky. I can make these claims.
I mean, in terms of movie style, or not movie styles, but TV styles, I had a thought. Like, how would you guys feel if they had made TVA, like, let's say, a documentary style, like even like a mockumentary?
That'd be
Like
that'd
to
be-
set up the show, like before the show, or something separate, or
I would
this
think
whole
so.
season.
just
I
have
would
it
like
have
a
it-
separate.
Have it like
Oh, yeah.
Separate. I thought you meant like base the show like kind of like the U.S. Office or something like that, and just have it.
That'd be so
That would
funny.
be pretty cool.
That'd be fucking great.
That would
bro. I
actually
think-
be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Casey is the Dwight Schrute.
yeah. I think that'd
Yeah,
be,
like
that'd be
because
really good.
we've already got Casey, we've got Mobius,
Yeah.
we've got Renslayer. Renslayer's this, like the serious type. Mobius is like in the middle. Got B-15, you know, the hard ass.
Yeah, I've kind of said this from the start. You know, like this is kind of like it's being pitched as a kind of throwaway story. So I think like if you're ever going to do something like that in the MCU, that was your window, like, you know. And I don't know, they kind of went down the very serious route with it, and you know, I think it works. It's not like hitting as it probably could or should be hitting. But
I think it's a lot more involved than I think this is that one centerpiece. If you ever had those, if you ever did what do they call those connectors when you build like tracks? I can't remember what the name of those things were called. They were like sticks that you connected as a kid, and you did like little building things with them, right? Well, that was,
oh my god, I can't think of the name.
it's like connect to something, or it's like a weird like rhyming word. Yeah, we're gonna get roasted for this, but
There we go.
that star piece
Somebody,
that was the
somebody in
center,
chat
that's what
help us,
this
please.
is. Yeah, that's what this. Yeah, it's Erectoset. That's what it
Alright.
was. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But like
logs, we know that one.
the star piece that was the center, that's what the show is, and so many other things are going to be able to now say, look, this is here, this is here. It all connects back to this show, opening the doors for like, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but even just a small mention of Mobius saying, yeah, we've captured vampires before. Blade door open right now.
Oh yeah,
He just opened the door to Blade.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know?
I liked that little reference. They referenced who else did they reference? They referenced Titans and the Kree as well. So,
Yeah.
and then we know they have scrolls as well. So it's like,
Yeah, it was
you know
episode
what I mean?
one.
It's,
So like,
it's all coming together, you know.
this is that.
Right.
This show is going to be that hub piece that if you're drawing your Finto board for Spider-Man with the red string on the wall, everything's going to star back to this. They might branch out. This is the Nexus event for the MCU. This show as a whole is the Nexus event that is allowing everything else to branch off. So it's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
But nothing's a bigger throwaway than MODOK. I really wish they had done it separately, some other way. I don't care if they do him serious first and then they do the silly show next.
I don't think anyone's gonna accept MODOK in a film.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
I don't think
It's-
he's accepted.
You're right.
It's bold.
He has to be
Right, but
too
like-
CGI.
It is
He has to
bold.
be too CGI and in a film format. But I do think they could have done more of like an anime serious style than this like goofy kids cartoon. I do think
Connects.
you're right in the fact that they kind of disrespected him and his significance to the whole MCU, and they could have made this more like an anime or even like the old school Spider-Man like action cartoons. Like they didn't need to make it like a Powerpuff Girls like goofy whatever. It's kind of silly to me.
I think if you do MODOK, like, you know, I think it's an outrageous character. I think you need to have a really outrageous actor for it to work. And I think, like, you know, someone like Jeff Goldblum would have been great. You know, something just eccentric or something like that, or
Yeah.
Jack Black or something would be like someone kind of crazy to put in there. Like, you know, just you got to get someone that's a bit wild, I think, for it to work, or Jim Carrey or something.
And you really got to change the way he looks too.
Yeah.
Like he can't be comic book accurate at all.
No, I
Like,
don't.
Yeah,
That's kind of it's too rough.
Yeah.
That'd be too rough. I'd be totally fine for a complete overhaul.
I think you kind of do it maybe how they did, you know, in that awful Green Lantern movie, which actually wasn't that awful, but it was bad. But,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
pretty bad, dude.
You know the dude that they had in that. I can't. What is his name? The dude like an
Ryan
Ryan Reynolds.
No, the evil dude who his head starts expanding. What's his name? I can't think of the actor's name, but
he wears like
Wait,
a
on-
jealousy, right?
I don't know what the name of the character is, but basically he gets like the shit like
Hector Hammond.
yeah.
Is that?
I think so.
But that's the character name.
You know the guy I'm talking about anyway. You kind of do it like
Right.
that. So he starts out human and then like, you know, something happens to him and he starts like evolving during the movie. And you don't go too kind of, I know they kind of made his head a bit too big, but like, you know, with MODOK maybe he's in some freak accident or some shit and then he starts expanding. They have to kind of contain him or something like that. I don't know.
Right, but they're going to bring the leader eventually. It's gonna happen, but the leader's not as goofy looking.
The leader?
The leader, Samuel Stearns from The Incredible Hulk.
Oh, I don't know this character.
Cool.
So in
Cool,
the
cool.
movie, when they showcase the movie with Edward Norton, the bit of
Guys.
the Hulk's blood like drips into like his wound, and you could see like his head starting to morph a little bit, and his head literally grows tall because his brain is getting massive,
Okay.
and he turns green like the Hulk, and basically he believes that he is the true creator of the Hulk.
Ooh.
That sounds interesting.
I thought you were the
It'd be-
creator of the Hulk. That's the canon I go with.
Yeah, like that sounds interesting. What do you make of the whole Hulk thing with him having a son or something, and like
What?
that's how they kind of bring Berserker back or something?
I
hear about
mean,
this?
that would no.
Yeah, there's like rumors of like apparently him having a child or something, and then that child kind of has the whole Hulk gene, but the whole Berserker thing. So it's kind of how they get around the fact that they've made a Professor Hulk and are kind of stuck with him now. But it's like, you know, it's how you get kind of like Smash Hulk back without having to somehow stupidly do something weird with Ruffalo's character, where it just kind of he regresses for some random reason, you know, where it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, in the comics, he did have a kid in Sakaar, so if it's Scar, that makes sense.
I totally see them. I don't even think they need that. Like, I think if they want to bring back Savage Hulk, whatever we call him, I think all they have to do is like create a scenario where
He gets
has
angry
to
enough.
get angry and
Yeah.
has to get stronger to take something on.
Yeah.
And I
Or-
I think that's easy.
That's so easy. It's so easy because you can make it any outside source, or you could just make it him mad at himself for failing in whatever situation.
But isn't
Yeah.
isn't
And,
isn't Professor Hulk like better than both? Like that's what he says. It's like, you know, I'm the best
No.
of both combined.
The thing about the Hulk in the comics that always made him like one of the strongest characters was that with the angrier he got, the more he could always get angrier. So he always got more powerful if he needed to for
Yeah.
whatever situation. Just the more angry he got, the better he got. So with Professor Hulk being intelligent and kind of, he almost lacks that ability to get angry because he's in like, there's almost a mindless rage. You don't have a mindless rage with Professor Hulk. Like you don't have that where you're seeing red and you just have no thought. Like he always has calculations and stuff. So
Yeah.
Right. And that's exactly the point, because with Professor Hulk, it is the best of both worlds because he is still incredibly strong, but at the same time, he's not that strong.
he can't be goaded. That's like the weakness.
Right. Yeah, but at the same time, he's incredibly intelligent. Therefore, he could be like combat centric. He can carry weapons. He can go massive, and that's why I like during Endgame. That's why I was upset with the fact that like he wasn't carrying like a couple like an RPG or like a Gatling gun or something. Like it could have been anything. Like it could have been so fun to like work with him and just make it so like he could just go massive.
I've seen a lot of people talk about like how that storyline could have been done so much better with Hulk. Like, you know, he never got his redemption story against Thanos or anything. And like when I first watched it, I didn't really think about it that much. But the more I think about it, I'm like, yeah, actually, like that Hulk got like done real dirty in that kind of storyline. Like where it's like, oh yeah, we'll just bring in Captain Marvel to fucking save the day. Where it's like, you know, Hulk should have, like, you know, maybe you let Thor do the snap because he's living in such regret of not killing Thanos before the snap, of not taking his head off. So you let him do the snap, right? Obviously, he's like taking the energy of a star. He's gonna be fine. Like, and then you have Hulk. Then he's not injured, so he doesn't miss the last fight, and then he gets his kind of final showdown with Thanos. And I think that's just poetry that works, you know.
And it doesn't ruin it doesn't ruin any of Captain America's moments, really.
Nothing.
You could have Thor laying there even on the sideline when he could still have the same reaction he had, which was like, hell yeah.
But like even you don't ruin any of it because like you let Tony do the final snap, and you know Tony dies, he sacrifices himself and everything. Spoilers. You know, that
you just say spoilers before you say it, Finto. Come on.
Yeah, no, the movie came out years ago. It's all good. but but yeah, I just think there was a really good chance in the middle of that kind of war just to have an epic fucking fight between Thanos and Hulk. And even if he didn't win, like if you got to kind of slap him around a bit, I think it kind of redeems the character a lot. You know, whereas it's like he's in an arm sling and he's just sitting in the background, kind of scratching his head, like, what's going on here? Like, you know, I just thought the whole Hulk character could have been given a lot more justice in that film.
That and the fact that like, his regenerative abilities are phenomenal. They're even better than Deadpool's.
Yeah.
Oh, like, that makes me even angrier then, because like, it's
are you gonna Hulk out?
Maybe, but like it's like there's like what is it, weeks after the whole thing, and he's still in the sling and he's still fucked up.
It should have been healed.
Yeah, it should have been healed within minutes, right? I don't know. I just think you let Thor do the snap. He gets fucked up from it, but at the same time, and then that kind of leads into Captain America getting the hammer, even because like, you know, maybe he's fucked up and he can't do the fight, but then like, you know, Cap then summons the hammer, and that even makes more sense. Like, the more I think about it, it ties it up even better. Like,
but don't you think you lose the moment where it's like Tony, it's like Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America, like the three core members of the Avengers throughout the phase or the beginning of this thing, right? Like they have that moment where they all like stand up and like Thanos there, and they're like, all right, let's fucking do this. I think we lose that.
I don't think so. Well, I don't think so, because at the same time, I think Thor would make the snap, and I don't think he would be as injured like as Hulk was. Do you know what I mean?
I think Hulk is just his mainstay too, because I mean, you think about the Incredible Hulk. That was like the first, technically, that opened the MCU before Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you need to ruin the Trinity vibe at the end. I think that can still stay. I just think, you know, if you had Thor snap first, I just don't think he's written off for the rest of the film. Like they kind of just sidelined Hulk.
I think it kills him almost.
Oh no, bro! He just like he literally took the energy of a star to create.
Barely, and the Infinity Stones are better than a star. That's 5 Infinity Stones.
I don't know.
That's way more.
But I feel like I was surprised the Hulk took it as well as he did. I mean, I'll go as far as to say that I was surprised the Hulk didn't get way more messed up when he did it.
They tied it around gamma radiation.
Yeah, Thor has to be 100% more powerful than the Hulk, though.
He is.
Yeah, he's a fucking god, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? So I don't think Thor gets hit as hard as the Hulk does. So he's actually still able to be in the final fight, and it would make sense. Whereas Hulk, it's like he's fucked up and like his hands nearly melted off, and it's like, okay, right, we need to sideline him, and he's missing for the end. Like,
all I'm saying is,
I don't go along this thinking, because I think Hulk is way more durable than Thor. Thor barely beat
durability wise,
barely. And Hulk is way more durable. And then they got the whole thing. It's like, hey, this is gamma radiation. I made a gamma. Let me hit this.
True. Right. Yeah, like Drnkie said, this isn't a question of overall strength. This is a question of durability. He can be stronger overall, Thor.
Thank
100%,
you, Alicia.
But he's not as durable.
Alicia says I'm spitting facts. I'm spitting facts.
Yeah, he would have been. I think he would have been okay. He would have lived it, but I don't think, like, if you look at the way Hulk took it, it barely spread past the elbow, bro. The dude's a savage.
Hulk's a bitch. Hulk's a bitch.
He's supposed to be savage.
Hulk's a bitch.
Thor, I love. Don't get me wrong.
Hulk's a bitch, bro.
In the movies, he's a bitch.
He's a bitch.
He got beat up by his sister. Is there anyone in this podcast right now?
Oh, hang on.
Who would get beat up by their sister? I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think so. And I think that Hela like literally wipes out Asgard by herself. So I don't think, you know, she's a special case. But honestly, if you think back to Infinity War, though, like, you know, Thanos only with one stone absolutely beats the fuck out of Hulk. So, you know, I don't think so.
They toned him down for movie's sake.
Thank you, Alex. They toned him down, and
Yeah.
Thor's
He
getting
beat
jacked
the hell
up.
out of Thor.
Look at his arms,
Get outta
bro.
here.
Look at his arms for the next movie. They're having
Whatever.
sequels of their own.
You're drunk.
I'm on my first beer. I'm on my first beer. Thor
Yeah, I
is going to
remember my
have a
first
sequel for each arm. That's how jacked he is. That's where they're going. It's going to be Love and Thunder Part 2 and then Part 3. The
Dude, Thor
trifecta.
has like legitimately like.
Wait, they're doing a 2-part Love and Thunder?
No, I'm joking. I was just
Oh.
just for his arms. Eric Bana's the best
I don't
Hulk.
think
Don't
so.
at me. How dare you, Blakey? Oh my god.
Blakey,
Man.
that's like multi-platform ban worthy right there.
The
How
Eric
about
Bana version of him was like King Kong or something. Like he was fucking gigantic. Like he was the size of buildings and all. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
crazy.
He looked, and because of the CGI, he looked really blobby.
Yeah, like it was 2003. Let's cut them some slack. I
Yeah.
think, I think
No
we can
slacks we
them some
cut. No.
Yeah, I to be honest though, like I really think like, you know, if you were to stand Hulk in front of that star and ask him to hold that thing open, he's fucking dead. First of all, he can't even breathe out there, so he's just gonna suffocate and die straight
Well,
away.
Can't
But-
bring that up.
Okay, wait. In the comics, he is literally so regenerative. He has oxygen
he can float in
flowing
space.
through his entire. He can breathe underwater basically.
Oh
Thank
wow,
you.
that's cool. But yeah,
Yeah.
not
He's
not
the
taking,
Aquaman
he is
of the
comic
MCU.
powerful.
not
but
taking the energy to the star. I don't think. I'm gonna ask Feige about this. Okay, we'll settle it with Feige.
do it.
Yeah, do it. Call him up right now.
I'm gonna text him right now. Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on one sec. Feige. Got him in my speed dial here.
Ask him why Loki's so shitty.
Hey Feige,
While
where's
you're
your
at
where's your hair going, bro?
Wow, dude.
Damn, bro. This wasn't an attack. This was a question.
All we hear on Finto's end is please enjoy this ringback tone while your party is reached.
Yeah. No, imagine my whole stream just gets cancelled. Imagine. Damn. Feige got me.
He's gonna call up Bezos, bro. You don't
Yeah.
mess with the wrong guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to dip into the
Oh,
episode?
okay, and real quick,
Okay,
just
okay.
before I lose this thought, he did withhold the energy of the star, but he just spent fucking 8 years or whatever, 5 years out of Bender. He was like out of shape, like he's not Thor that is in from
Exactly.
Infinity War.
He's dad bod.
To be honest, that
He got
whole-
carried by
that
the
makes,
axe.
That makes me even more impressed, to be honest, because if you think about it, he hasn't trained in 5 years. He's been drinking
Listen.
kegs on kegs, and he's still out there slapping the shit out of people. I
He's
think
a
it's
WoW
even more
character.
impressive.
He's a WoW character who bought a boost and then went to the auction house and bought a legendary axe, and it carries him through the dungeon, bro. Get out of here, Thor dad bod.
Finto for next Hulk. Yeah, I'd slap Ruffalo around. Let's go.
You could be the sun.
I'd love to be the Sun. That'd be cool. Imagine all the insider info I'd have.
That'd be.
for
Oh
this
hell
podcast.
yeah!
It'd be so funny. Because
I
like,
know, we
Alright,
could,
let's get you
double on an
casted.
apple.
yeah. So
Do you
okay.
want to, before you do the episode, do you want to talk about any of those clips you played before stream or before the pod?
just the trailers?
That Black Widow, that new Black Widow trailer.
Yeah, dude. That's the final trailer. I'm
Mm.
going to see that movie on Wednesday, guys. I can't fucking wait. Like it's
It's
going to
on my
be
stream
epic.
on Thursday.
It's going to be epic, bro. I cannot wait.
Sorry, he's gonna spend 100. He's gonna spend 100 at the concession. Easy.
Easy. The last time I went, they were like, "We've no nacho cheese." I was like, "Oh my god!" I nearly walked out. Like, but
You guys better
it's been
order a barrel
I was like,
nacho.
It's been so long. I was like, "It's been so long. I have to stick it." Well, I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just get popcorn." But I was like, "It's not the same." So I'm all about the nachos at the cinema for sure.
I want a liter of nacho cheese.
Yeah, just fucking give me all the cheese. Fuck's sake, come on.
Did you bring in like one of those backpack flasks of nacho cheese?
A Camelback.
If I had known, if I had known they didn't have any, I would have brought my own. I'm not even joking. I actually would have. I think they should have put a fucking disclaimer on the website. Look, we're out of cheese for a week. Fucking bring your own, like, you know. Like the two of us, me and my girlfriend, we were both gutted that they had no cheese. Like I was like, if it was a normal time and like cinemas were open and I had only been a week ago, I actually probably wouldn't have even bothered, to be honest. But
Yeah,
it was just the
imagine
fact that I
getting
hadn't
there.
been in a year and a half. I'm like, get me in there. I don't care. I'll fucking sit there and drink a bottle of water. Like,
You get there and they say they have no butter for popcorn. Like it's the same level, bro. How do you not have nacho cheese?
I know, it's crazy. It's great. They did have butter for the popcorn, so it wasn't the end of the world. But still, it's just fucking second tier shit. Like, but again, movie was good. I hadn't been in 15 months, so I was like, let's do it.
If possible, can you take a picture of your setup when you're at the theater?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, right before it starts.
Yeah.
If anybody
They're gonna think he's recording the movie and they're gonna kick him out.
If anybody, they would need a SWAT team to get me out of that cinema screen. Honestly, like a fucking SWAT team, bro. There's no
I'm
way.
not going.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm not going. You can clear this place out. I'll sit here and watch it by myself. I was like, you're not getting me out of here at all.
Come to America. Our SWAT teams are ready for theaters now. Don't worry.
I'm surprised you didn't rent out the whole theater for yourself.
I would love to, but like they still have like social distancing within the theaters, so you can't have anybody sitting 2 people to your left, right, front or back. Like, so they're only like be able to fill the theaters like quarter. So everyone's like just going
it's just
to get
like
tickets.
$100 here, I think, is what I've heard, to rent out a whole theater. That's pretty
like that
low.
forever, or just during a time like this?
Dude, they have to be losing so much money on that, bro.
I think a lot of theaters do that, but they only do it at like say 11 o'clock in the morning on like a Tuesday or something,
okay.
where like it's not going to be during prime time, where they're going to be able to sell it out.
Yeah.
Like there's
man.
I would love to do
not
it.
that for a whole theater, and then you can invite whoever you want. Like,
Yeah.
There's a theater company close to where I live, and when we were growing up, one of my friends actually worked in it, and he was telling us that when they would like finish the last movies on like say a Friday or Saturday night, they'd like finish up the last showing in say screen 7 or something, and they'd bring like a PlayStation in, hook it up to the fucking projector, and like the people who were finished their shifts would hang back, get a bunch of food, and they'd sit and play Halo on the cinema screens and stuff. Like,
That's the best.
yeah, crazy. I'm like, holy shit. And he's like, guys, if you want to come in one of the nights, just bring it. Like, they have DVD players and stuff, like, so like just bring whatever film you want. We'll replay whatever movie you want at the cinema. I was like, bro, that's too much pressure, bro. I can't take it this. Like I'm putting that out. I'm putting this out to everybody in the chat, you guys, everyone. Let's say you have the chance to replay any fucking movie in existence in the cinema, and you have a private screen, and what are you watching? Go!
Godfather.
Godfather, the first one?
Yes.
Not part 2?
No, just the first one.
Okay, Alex?
Cry Baby.
I've never seen
I feel like that's a classic. Oh, no?
I've never seen it.
Limitless.
There's my girlfriend.
What did you say, Carl?
Limitless.
Limitless. That's a cool film.
I fucking love that movie, dude.
Have you watched it in like 4K?
I've never seen it.
No.
Oh, bro.
You've probably seen it. You don't remember. It's the one where they take the
Bradley Cooper?
the clear pill. Yeah, Bradley Cooper takes the clear pill to become smarter, and he becomes like
The smartest man in
fucking-
existence.
yeah, the smartest man in
Practically.
existence. Where and if you haven't seen it, you should. It's
a
good.
cool movie. I think if you can get your hands on like an ultra HD, like a 4K copy of it, you can probably buy it on Apple or something like that. If you have like an Apple TV or something, like you can probably watch it in 4K. But that scene where he first takes it, and the way the world just kind of gets all colorful, and you don't even realize you've been watching it in dimmed down colors the whole time, because like the film, you're perceiving it as normal, and then when he takes that pill, it's kind of like you just start seeing the brightness of all the colors emerge.
Yep.
When you watch that in 4K, bro, it is mind blowing. It's so good, so good.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't even have. I think I'm not even sure I have anything 4K in my house either. I'm a
Just your
pleb.
lies.
Okay.
Goodfellas in the chat. Scarface. I was
Al
thinking
Pacino
like
coming in strong, huh?
I'd have
That's
to. I would have to pick like Empire Strikes Back or something. A film that like I wasn't even born. I wasn't even born when it came out. No chance to see it, and it's like. Yeah,
But they've done re-releases.
Now I want to read your mind. I want Star Wars.
Never in my country or anything, but I would love to see Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, I think that.
Boondock Saints.
There
was a firefight.
Serious answers only, bro.
Serious answers
Boondock
only.
Saints? You're gonna waste this on Boondock Saints?
Hey, I like Defoe. Give me in that Defoe mood.
I've
actually seen Godfather on film in a movie theater. It was amazing. This is why I want to take Fintos and take Star Wars, because I've never seen Star Wars in cinema.
Yeah.
Well, all right, hey, listen, we're playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Awesome.
I didn't say final answer. Gangs of New York, final answer.
Nice.
Ooh,
Good
that's
movie.
strong.
Good movie.
Yeah.
And it's a long ass movie too, so you can be enjoying it for a minute.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
strong
like
right there.
I thought about this quite a bit, like, and I just think, like, I don't think Star Wars is ever going to get, like, the original trilogy. I don't think we'll ever get, like, a theatrical re-release. Whereas, like,
dude, 100% they will.
I don't know. But I think
50-year anniversary, you're gonna be alive for it. They'll do it.
Here's what happened.
well, that's only in like 8 years, so yeah, I fucking better be alive.
Yeah,
Because I
50
know, like,
years.
Regal here, they do stuff where they show old stuff, and I got a movie theater I go to. They show like old movies.
Yeah,
It's like a one film theater. They show things on film, right?
Yeah.
So like you can go watch Goodfellas. This coming month, I'm going to watch Jason and the Argonauts on it. It's gonna be dope, bro. I'm so
Oh, you
excited.
sent it?
Huh? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I got tickets for that sucker.
That's gonna be awesome.
50-year Star Wars anniversary. If George Lucas is still alive too, which he should be.
yeah.
They're gonna have. There's got to be a couple. Like, when was it? 79? Was 79 the first one?
77.
77.
Yeah, Empire was 80, and then Jedi was 82.
So that's in 2027. That's in 6 years.
Yeah.
Okay. George is
Yeah.
up there. What is he, like 70? He's late 70s, right?
Yeah, so-
I think, like, this dude, like, if anybody's gonna make it into like healthy in their 90s, it's someone like George Lucas. Like, he's got all the money in the world. Like, if you
Yeah.
can, if someone like Lucas can't do it, I fucking fear for my old.
I mean, look
years
at Bill
myself.
Gates. He's kicking.
You know what?
Yeah.
I have a second choice. Terminator.
You didn't say if you say final answer, it's not second. You just have to say final answer.
T1 or T2? Because like T2 is a way better film. for
Yeah,
sure.
T2 is
T2
my
is a
favorite.
way better film, but I wouldn't mind seeing it as a double feature if possible.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. They did a thing in one of the theaters here where they replayed the 3 Lord of the Rings original theatrical cuts one after another. They did it in 9 hours straight, and they took a break, like, kind of just. I think it was just before Two Towers or just after Two Towers, and like they let everybody go out, get food and get a drink and stuff, and then come back. But it was like
And literally intermissions.
yeah, it was like a proper like 11-hour fiesta, like crazy.
There's people that have done MCU like marathons in the movie theaters where like you go home for like 8 hours and you come back and like
Yeah.
they kick it back up again.
I've done Harry Potter ones like that too. I've heard of like
Rad.
sleep over Harry Potter ones.
In the cinema that I go to, they did. I think it was for the release of Infinity War. They actually replayed the entire MCU to that point in the cinema, one after another. It was like a 24-hour thing, and people could dip in and out. I couldn't get tickets to it, so me and my friend decided that we would do it in my house, and then we went to see Infinity War after the last movie. We literally jumped in the car and went to the theater. We had it timed perfectly, but yeah, it was crazy, dude. Absolutely crazy.
I mean,
yeah,
It's got to smell that movie theater.
yeah,
You're sitting
no,
there
Oh,
with
yeah.
people for 25 hours,
100%.
everyone's busting
Especially
ass.
the crowd
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
going to be attracting. Some of the crowd,
yeah.
Some of that crowd didn't shower
fan base.
for. Some of that crowd didn't shower for a week prior to it, anyway.
Yeah. Have you guys ever been to a
Ugh.
TwitchCon? Woo!
Oh, bad, bro.
Oh, I can imagine.
Dude, I don't have a septum, and like 80% of my smell is gone. So like, I'm chilling in those situations. People complain, and I'm just like, sucks to suck, nerd. I'm immune.
Nice. Let's do a quick roundtable because I can't wait to hear Drunkie's answer, to be honest. But what did we think of episode 4?
I think me and Finto need to go, and then we need Alex and Drnkie, because Drunkie's gonna need a soapbox for a minute. I know it.
I went back and watched it again. I softened it, so it's not going to be as bad, but
Okay.
I actually rewatched it again and I saw a few flaws. So
thank you.
All right, Finto, what do you think?
To be honest, right, I'll be very honest. Like, I didn't watch it a second time. I didn't get a chance, but I watched a couple of breakdowns from people that I respect and love on YouTube, and my first initial watch of it, I kind of just sat back. I kind of switched my brain off a little bit, and I just kind of let it happen. Like the bit when Mobius died, I actually jumped it. Like, I jumped forward. I was kind of flaked out in my seat. I jumped forward and I kind of went, "Oh my god, what the fuck!" I just couldn't believe that he died. And then, like, I kind of then thought, I was like, "Oh my god, I've actually seen him in footage after this." I'm like, what a stupid response. I just, like, it was pure emotion for me. I was like, "What the fuck?" And then the same thing happened with when Loki got zapped as well. I was just like, "Oh my god, what the hell? How the hell?" Like, and then I was kind of just not thinking, just kind of like witnessing it all happen. And then I said to myself, there's so much stuff from the trailers that hasn't happened yet. I'm like, what am I doing? Obviously he's coming back, but I kind of feel like I was just proper in a kind of just fan mode where I wasn't even thinking. I was just kind of watching it. So I kind of just sat back and I just like enjoyed the episode. I loved the after credit scene with the different Lokis and stuff. I thought that was really clever, really funny. Obviously,
Florida Loki, baby. Woo!
Yeah,
It's canon.
I just love that you know, they had like the different versions of Loki and stuff like that. I just thought it was very clever, and obviously then the internet blowing up with all the different versions of Owen Wilson as well was just absolutely phenomenal. Just live for that shit, you know. So yeah, 100%. I'm putting it out there now. If when Owen Wilson wakes up, if we don't see the version of Lightning McQueen there, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Like, you know, Lightning McQueen has to show up.
You guys, they're gonna bring in like him from Wedding Crashers and shit. Is that
No, I don't think they're actually gonna do it. But I think it would be fucking epic if they did. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
I think
like their active versions.
Yeah, I think Loki goes somewhere special, but I think for Mobius, he just goes back to his timeline because you know she literally says to him, you know, in the episode, where do you want to go? What would you do if you could go anywhere? And you know, he's like, I want to go back to my time. I think I had a jet ski, blah blah blah. And then they're like, purge him, boom, and I think that's where he goes. But maybe I'm wrong because I know there is footage of him where he's actually seems like he's in an apocalyptic world and he's driving a car and stuff like that. That's like from the trailers and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. Obviously, he doesn't go back yet, but I think we're really going to get a chance to see him in his kind of natural timeline and stuff before the end of the show. And if he's not riding a jet ski, we riot. Simple as.
Yeah. They're not getting me without a jet ski, or at least like even 20 Owen Wilsons doing jet skis and they're all hitting little waves and you just hear wow.
Yeah, wow.
Just like give me something like that, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the whole episode started out great for me. Like you said, there's a bunch of moments that just suck you into the episode where you're just in that moment. Starting off with like the first one, they have really good music and you're like, wait, is he about to kiss? You know, the version of himself.
I said this last week. Sorry to interrupt very quickly, but just while you make that point, we said this last week. The whole fucking love thing was definitely there, and now it's like, you know,
it was flirty.
Confirmed.
Yeah. So the flirtations from episode 3 were confirmed. He's a complete narcissist, and he loves himself so much that he likes the female version of himself, right? Yeah. So I'm already enamored in this. Like I'm sunk into the episode. Like I'm fully immersed, and then the part that Drnkie said better not happen happened. So then I'm on like the top of my wave that I'm riding, and I'm just like, hell yeah, I'm tubing out in this wave, cracking up, knowing that Drnkie's about to be mad about this. So you go through the episode, right, and you just get so many good points. And then one of my predictions that I've been waiting from the first episode, you know, I wasn't exactly dead on. I thought it was all the TVA employees, but we got some robots, and I was just super stoked for my robots to show up. And yeah, it's just there's so many implications from this episode, so many like what the F moments, so many just it was good. It's good. Love it.
How bad was like I nearly had to pause the episode. I kind of said fuck it, but how bad were like when the timekeepers were speaking? I couldn't understand a fucking word they were saying. I nearly actually switched on subtitles. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous.
I always have subtitles on for me each anyway. So yeah, it was they tried to overdo the godness, the echoey like 8 different layers of hello, and then like one of them had a lisp and one of them had weird T's where he's like t. Yeah, and the other guy,
oh, it was awful.
One of them was just like puff cheeked. What do you have to say?
I guess I'll go. All right, I want to preface this by saying when I go back and watch Loki, visually it's gorgeous. I think the colors they use in the show is like a great palette. Like all the like the space-time stuff, everything looks like great. I love the photography. Like whoever the director of photography is, they do a great job framing this thing. The way they use lighting to really tell a story, the way they use shadows to tell you more than what's going on is just, you know, the best we've ever gotten on TV. Truly, I believe that. I think the acting is great. And I just want to preface it with all this because I just think this show is entirely let down by this like amateur, terrible, like I don't like my fucking dad got me hired at this job script that has been turned in. It is just so dumb and filled with like, you have to make the leap so many times for them to buy this script. It is just horrendous. Let me start with the Loki and Loki kiss that apparently almost broke down space and time. I don't understand how they set up this whole thing about living in apocalyptic events so they don't see us ever. And then in the 4th episode, they start it with, hey, we're going to kiss at the end of a world. And apparently the timekeepers can see that because it sets off the thing. It goes all the way up. Why do
apparently
we
it ramps hard.
It ramps hard. I thought this world's about to end. I thought
it's like a paradox. It's like a paradox that I think they say it's, if that breaks the universe, it's breaking my universe right now. I think they try to explain it like being a paradox. In any timeline, there should never be two versions of himself that should meet each other. But I agree with you, because if that's the case, it should have been doing that from the first time that they started interacting at all with each other, because two versions of themselves shouldn't interact with each other. So it shouldn't, emotion shouldn't matter.
Right.
Go on, though.
Yeah. Imagine if they banged. What would happen then? Holy shit!
How much, dude? How much? Well, give me that OnlyFans link. I'm there.
I think that's. I actually think that's going to happen, and that's how we get the multiverse of madness. To be honest, and this is why we haven't seen the Spider-Man trailer yet, because that hasn't happened yet. That's genuine. That's a genuine answer. I genuinely think that's going to happen. 100%. Yeah.
And then going on with the whole Sif thing, I think Sif showing up was amazing. I thought she looked fantastic. The whole Asgard scene looked good. All of Asgard looked amazing.
Yeah.
Even when the opening shot was cool. I love how they framed Asgard. Where always in Thor they framed as you going into Asgard. Like Asgard is this exalted place, and then this way they frame it to where it almost looks like you're stuck there because everything's leading out. I really loved how they set up her character of the child Loki when she was young Sylvie. And her having a heroic act or thinking about heroic things is like her variance, right?
Yeah.
That was cool. I think the whole thing with this Lady Sif went on too long. It's like, how many times do we have to see Loki get kicked in the nuts and not do anything for it to it's just not funny. After the first time, it's not funny at all, man. It's just too many times.
Yeah, I think I saw there was watching one of the breakdowns, the act of him cutting her hair is a real kind of famous Norse story, so I think they were kind of trying to play on that a little bit, but I think 99% of people don't know that, and I just don't think it hits as hard as they kind of wanted it to hit or whatever. But yeah, you're dead right, and the sound effects were just outrageous. It was 80s fucking cop movie fucking soundboards and stuff. It was just kind of stupid. Yeah.
It's stuff like that pulls me out of the show and gets me start nitpicking because it's breaking my disbelief that I'm tied in the show.
Yeah.
I think one of the worst offenses in this episode was when B-15, I believe her name is, and Sylvie went back to the post-apocalyptic Walmart.
Yeah.
And she showed the thing on her head, and then we just saw the green, and it was a great bit of acting from B-15 for sure. But this is the whole that little moment shows my entire problem with this series. Where what we should have seen is a flashback to B-15's actual life on whatever planet she is, interacting with whatever,
100%.
Why this is fucked up for the variants, how they still have these emotions that are tucked away. But instead we just get this thing and we're just told it. We're not actually shown anything. We're just told it.
Yeah.
They've already let us peek behind the curtain once. Why not let us look again?
I think I said this during your stream, Drnkie, but they obviously blew the entire budget fucking creating that planet and destroying it. That they're when it comes to shit, guys, we got to scratch this flashback scene. We can't afford it. Let's just do a couple of green little flickery things in her eye and then it's it. Leave it up to everybody's imagination.
That's what really that's also what annoyed me with between episode 4 and episode 3. After seeing episode 4, I was like, where was the music for episode 3? I don't recall the music being that dramatic in 3 at all. Yeah, we had those 2 songs that were supposed to signify some sort of foreshadowing, but if that's all they blew their money on, that really sucks.
Well, because they didn't need to. It wasn't worth anything.
No, they should have hyped up.
Episode was holy moly,
spot on.
To get back to what Drnkie said too, because if you haven't watched them all in order, they actually set that up. Not only is that disappointment that they didn't show us, on the first time she gets enchanted, right after she wakes up from being enchanted, if you have subtitles on, they even put it in the subtitles. She has a shuddering breath where she's huh. She's having that first realization of I've seen something behind the curtain. So they set that up from episode 2 all the way to 2 episodes later. Because even in the beginning of the episode, she shows her outside in the hallway, kind of trying to get control of herself. They've set that up, that her going back into the mind, and then to show us none of it, just them staring at each other in the eyes. Kind of like a kick in the nuts. Yeah.
It's really weird because they showed it in 3.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt like that was handled all wrong. I think Owen Wilson's tragic demise in this whatever was handled all wrong. I think the editing was. I think the scene was cool. I thought the editing made it felt very awkward. Where like the guy, he's just standing there when the guy hits him like this, but then they cut to him, he goes like this, and like it totally threw me for a loop. And then the final scene where the reveal was just the fight scene was terrible, predictable. I don't understand how they lost track of the one girl and then she gets Loki at the very end of it. I think the timekeeper thing where they're being animatronics was, we all kind of predicted it, right?
It was
like
obvious,
it's
yeah.
one of, this whole show has been so obvious.
Yeah.
And like you see everything coming, and then like what? She picks up the animatronic head and Loki's like, "Oh, don't do that!" Like the god of mischief, Loki is scared of of a robot head. Like what is this?
Yeah,
Like it just feels so out of character. This does not feel like Loki. I don't care what he's gone through in the show. This does not feel like Loki at one bit. I get to the end of this episode where he's gone now, and I know we got the post credit, but he's gone and he's done like nothing. He's had no plan that he's gonna get something over on anybody, and maybe they'll set that up in 5 and 6. But he's done nothing in character.
Exactly.
Nothing.
And they have little digs at him too. If you notice at the beginning of that fight, he's like, a little help here. And it's like he needs the sword to fight them, but then she fights them unarmed and is successful, but he can't be successful.
Yeah.
And another thing, watching him through another callback, which I feel like they set up, we had predictions that he had the time stone. Watching Lamentus 1 episode again, he doesn't catch that building and then toss aside. He catches that building and then the building rewinds and puts itself back together. Where is this power coming from, if not the time stone, which they don't have anything else like leading to? He's not like, unless he comes out with the time stone in the last 2 episodes. Like there's so many like setups that they're doing for us and they're falling on.
Yeah, I just think the script is terrible. The script is my biggest issue with this. Everything else is working for me, but the story in the script is just it's not there.
Yeah, I think it was a pleasure to have Owen Wilson back. Like I think, like 5 minutes he's back on the screen, and I remember turning to my girlfriend. I'm just like, yeah, this is like, this is so much better already, and he's only in it for 5 minutes. Like, he's really, Owen Wilson for me is really holding the show up. I really felt his absence in episode 3. Like, really felt it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have to say though that Ravonna Renslayer, she's been very good at her job.
Yeah.
Like I have to say, like, her acting and everything that's been going on, she's very spot on about like, what are you talking about? Like we're doing the same thing we always do every day. I don't see your point, like kind of situation. Like she's really playing that whole like, I'm oblivious, but I'm not.
But she's in the know, yeah.
Yeah. And it worked really well up until, of course, the fight, which I felt like Loki, like Sylvie should have knocked her the fuck out like afterwards, and to prevent it, like, it's always those moments of like, we can't continue the plot unless we make it so that she's half knocked out, and it like that's bothersome.
Well, like
why wouldn't they?
Oh, I was gonna say another setup, just right on your point with Renslayer. Like she grabs her special freaking pruning stick and then never ends up using it. She ends up picking one off the ground randomly in the fight, and it's like, this is like your freaking, you have a furnish on the wood handle of your pruning stick, and I never get to see you whip it around. Like,
right, yeah. Also, the moment when Sylvie gets picked up and then she manages to escape, I didn't really believe that like she successfully escaped. Like that was so weird. Like she stepped on her foot, twisted her arm or something, bit it, like, and then like Ravonna just stares.
Everybody
just stares,
just
like
sits there.
She's just standing there learning how to control the fucking the time machine and stuff. And it's like, just let me hear this for like. She's like 10 seconds looking at it, just go beep beep beep. Oh yeah, this is oh yeah.
And they kill C920 or they kill C20 for coming back like that. Why isn't Renslayer see like this whole thing's a paradox? She would have been pruned right there if this is the TVA we know. She wouldn't have made it past that day, let alone be promoted to a judge. Like. She just let a variant kid get away with a freaking time twister. Get out of here.
And I know she's a kid, but like in courtrooms, don't they have other like security? They're like freaking grab her, like get
bailiff.
Bailiffs, yes. And like it it didn't feel genuine. It felt like a really like whatever, she got away kind of situation, and I hated that. Yep. I absolutely hated that. And that was like my biggest pet peeve in that part. It's like, really, that's how you're gonna start it? Like it's a very like the backstory, like it could have been enjoyable had you done something else to make it more believable as to the fact that like she escaped somehow.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you're trying to portray her as she's supposed to be a Loki in the future, then like what the hell are you doing?
Yeah. And that's also say that like that little kid can escape, but like our Loki who just started a siege on freaking New York is having trouble, and he got tossed around like a bitch at the beginning of the season. Like, also, it's again disrespect on him.
Yeah. Also, what did they have collars? Wouldn't they have collars? Don't they have the way to time twist it and bring her back to this? Yeah. Like she could be stopped.
I think it's meant to be portrayed that like, you know, she's still quite new to the job perhaps, and maybe she doesn't agree with her orders, and I just think it's like, oh, she's going to escape. Oh no, this is terrible, and then it's like, just let her go. It's like they've reset the timeline. They've whipped her out of her timeline with kind of no cause, and it's like, okay, you know, yeah, whatever. She's reset. Who gives a fuck? Like that's the kind of way I saw it. It's like, you know, I think she's been ordered to do these things, and maybe she didn't back then agree fully with it. And I think it's just kind of like, yeah, look, she's a little child. What kind of damage could she cause? We're gonna catch her anyway. And then obviously she figures out to hide in apocalypses and shit. I don't know.
Granted, I grant you that, Finto, but at the same time, it's a variant. It's someone that can really disrupt the timeline.
Yeah,
you would want to do every.
It's like it's like when they say though, you know, that as a variant kind of grows, they get even more sensitive to the TVA's like monitoring. So I presume she probably thought, oh fuck it, we'll let her go. We'll definitely catch her, and that's how obviously she survived by hiding in the apocalypses, because they're not scanning them. So I think maybe she just didn't bank that would happen. I'm just trying to throw a little bit of fucking positivity on it, but I obviously don't agree with it. I put a poll on the chat there as well. Do we think we're going to see Kang? What do you guys think?
It's maybe like the way they did the first Thanos reveal, maybe like that, where it's one scene.
Yeah, after credit scene.
Mm-hmm.
Just
see a Mortis.
Bringing up the whole TVA getting like names and numbers and stuff. I saw a theory that they're saying that obviously, you know, it's well known that she actually she goes out with Kang in the comics, but her ID number is A23, and A23 apparently is
Avengers from the comics 23. Yeah.
Avengers number 23, the first appearance of Kang and her in it. Like, so I would not be surprised if we get Kang in.
One thing that we've all glazed over too. Are we supposed to believe that from Lamentus 1 that in the background they took care of every reset charge? Like, everybody's chilling the TVA still. Like, shouldn't they still be in a full-on panic? Like, they took care of an entire warehouse of reset charges. What?
Yeah,
that's like something that I'm speculating.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm speculating the same thing. I think that what they did was just make it's just like, you know, messing with a computer. You just pull the file and you delete it, and it's like, oh, okay, it's gone, when it's not actually gone. It's in the recycling bin. Like, they just masked it. The sacred timeline is all screwed up, but they don't want to show it.
And by the way, rewatching it all, I caught something else when they're doing the training videos for Loki. I mean, obviously we've talked about this. We know we're going to a multiverse, and they say on the training videos, like, yeah, sometimes someone steps off their given path, and when this happens too many times, it shows in the screen, danger, multiverse, danger, multiverse. Yeah. It's going to lead to another war. So, like, the TVA doesn't survive this show. Like, that has to be confirmed. TVA doesn't survive this show, or there's no multiverse. The TVA is what's preventing a multiverse.
I like the idea that what the TVA have been working towards, we haven't experienced yet. So I think that the multiverse is going to be the events that lead to the Secret War and the sacred timeline. And I think that, you know, we're viewing it before it's actually happened. And I think
I think they're in the quantum realm, like you said.
Yeah. But they exist outside of time, so I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Because you remember that city that they made, that Marvel made mention to say, look on this scene in Ant-Man, and it's all like, it begins with a C is the name
Yeah,
of the city.
that's
I've
meant
heard
to be
theories that
Kang's homeworld apparently.
yeah, I've heard that's where this is. They're in this place that exists out of time, which is also Limbo, which ties into New Mutants because Limbo's where that chick with the sword and New Mutants, that's where her powers are from. Like it's all this is like I said, this show is the star hub piece that's gonna let everything else connect to it.
Yeah,
I mean, if they
I would say that they're actually in the quantum realm just for simplicity's sake. I don't think they want to add like a new concept of a place in a TV show where it's like the quantum realm, like this is explainable to people who have been watching the MCU.
And Kang's going to be in Quantumania. So it's like, it's
what do you guys think about
the work there? You know what I mean? Like all this stuff actually makes sense for it to be the quantum realm.
Have you guys heard this theory? I want to know what you guys think about it. That there's another Loki that's in charge of all this.
Yeah,
another
I
Loki
think
in charge
he's
of
the
the
actual
TV.
villain. Yeah,
old man
that
Loki
could be
or
the
something.
case as well.
Yeah, I like that.
That happens in the comics.
If it's not Kang, I think it needs to be like an old man Loki. But I think if it's not, like, I think Kang hits a lot harder just because we know he's coming. And you know, like they've just teed it up so much, like with his girlfriend and you know the whole fucking A23 thing and the fact that it's like quantum realm and you know there's just so many things. And I just think like you know I really pray that they don't do another Ralph Boner on us. Like I really don't. Like I really hope.
Right.
Or like you know teeing up fucking Mephisto left and right, and it's like, oh yeah, he's not in the show. You know, he never was.
Yeah.
But it's like, come on, guys, you were throwing little references everywhere, like, you know what I mean? So if they do that again, it's just like, come on, bro. Like,
I feel like they have to do Kang, or it's another Mephisto, and then they lose, or they get the anger of a lot of hardcore fans because, like,
yeah. Well, I think if Mephisto was guaranteed for, say, Doctor Strange 2, and they still did what they did, I'd be like, okay, I don't know why they did that, but at least we know he's coming. Whereas this is different in a way because it's like you know it's confirmed. The dude from Lovecraft Country has been cast to play him. He will 100% appear in Quantumania, so we know it's coming. So I think it's a bit of a different case to Mephisto.
Yeah, true.
So I think I bring it like back to what I said last week, where it's like I think at the very most we're gonna get a post-credit scene. Where you just see the Kane the Conqueror, a la where we saw Thanos just turn to the camera and smile.
Yeah,
I think we'll get something like that. I don't see the origins because the origins of a villain is something that they want to tell within a movie, because that takes up time in the movie. Like it helps build the story, like where this villain came from. And I don't think that they would take that away from the actual movie of Quantumania, showing us how Kane comes to be.
Yeah, I think that's why that leads more credence to it being just another version of Loki that's at the head of this all. Because if you look at WandaVision and all these shows have been super self-centered, where we didn't really get those cameos. Like they were okay to cut out Doctor Strange's commercial, as big of a draw as he is. They're okay to leave it out of the show to leave it more on Wanda. And same thing with Falcon Winter Soldier. We didn't get anybody from outside of it really.
Yep.
That we got B cast from Wakanda, so it being Loki and it makes sense.
Yeah. And I there's two versions of Loki that we still haven't seen but we've seen in trailers. The Loki, like President Loki or whatever, like where he's running, he's got the pin the button that says vote on it. The politician guy, and then we also got Loki in the red cape. Donning actual Mjolnir, right? So we got those two Lokis left to see. One of those could very easily be the villain. It makes the most sense. I don't think we introduce any new major characters this late into a series. This is the cast. This is who's locked in. If it's not one of these guys, it's not. That's it.
I can even narrow it down more for you. It's going to be the one with Mjolnir because the cape one is going to be the one that's like a politically in charge of the wasteland that our Loki just went to. Because if you now after watching that scene, you see that everyone around him. I always wondered like why does he have these weird barbarian looking people around him, but he's in a suit. It's because he's in that prune world, and so that places him, and then that leaves us with Mjolnir Loki to be the bad guy.
All those people around him as well, I think, are all Loki variants too. They're all like kind of the old Norse gods and stuff. Like they're all different versions, like not Tom Hiddleston, so all different variants. Like, which I think is like makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I'm kind of hoping.
Go ahead, sorry.
I'm kind of hoping that when they lift him up, there will be at least one or two more Loki variants just sitting around.
I really hope we get to see some of the ones from the soccer player one. Yeah, we said soccer. we're in America.
Yeah.
The soccer player one, the big demon looking one. I'd love to see those just even in a throwaway shot or something, because when those have looked really cool from the beginning, where he's like, yeah, they all come in variant different shapes, sizes and shapes.
Yeah.
And also, when it comes to the comics, it is inevitable. Like it in the comics, it was saying that it's inevitable that Loki becomes evil, and that's a storyline I think in Agent of Asgard where he's given a second chance, and he actually causes himself to become evil, and then his evil self causes himself to become good in a sense. So I feel like they're playing on this as well.
I would say the way that he gets back to being evil, because I do think they're trying to set him up to be evil again, right, and be a villain.
Mm-hmm.
Sylvie is the hero of the show. They played that song. We need a hero. In this episode, we saw her variant started when she was like thinking of a heroic myth. When she goes to the TVA, so she sees the guy being manhandled, and she's like, "Someone save him!" like a hero would do. And so I think they end this show with her saving our Loki, sacrificing herself in whatever way to save him, and that kind of turns him villainous again. That would be my narration.
Yeah,
for this,
That's such a good, if it went that way too, that's such a good way to predict it, because if you think about it, the show also starts off with them talking heavily about the fact, like, you lose so that others can become the best versions of themselves.
Yeah.
And like they talk about how his killing of Phil Coulson is what brought the Avengers together. He's like, to literally avenge his death. So like to him get that full circle where he is now going to be avenging another Loki's death would be chef's kiss to me. I like that. Yeah.
And then I saw in all the YouTube videos they're picking up on the Avengers theme, a variation on that or whatever. At the post credit scene when all the Lokis are together, they're like playing that Avengers theme. Like it's they're together. I don't know. I just love it.
Yeah, you've got like the kind of
Florida Loki. That is canon name too for him from now on. We don't call him Gator
Florida
Loki.
baby.
He's Florida Loki.
Florida Loki. Also, real quick, Drnkie.
Love it.
I was wondering when you were mentioning the sound effects. Were you talking about the moment when Sif was punching Loki?
Yeah.
Okay, so you watched the video about how they were saying that the sound gets louder as she keeps coming.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty cool like little tidbit, but other than that, like I can agree with you that it's
I like that they're playing like the rewind sound that I picked up when they were doing that. It's just the actual effect, like the punching sound of it.
Yeah, it's cheesy.
Fake.
It's like cheesy.
Like this is the first MCU show I've watched where I'm like, oh yeah, this is TV. Like, oh, this isn't like the film. Like this is like TV budget. Like, okay.
Can we add in a Batman Pachow while we're at it?
Yeah.
Look at these dudes, bro. It's so good. Boastful Loki with a version of the hammer.
Yep.
Kid Loki, who's like one of the young Avengers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the young,
And then
he's in the Young
baby.
Avengers.
Classic
And then
Loki.
that classic Loki. Yep. That's
And
the
then-
original.
Is he holding up like a sash or something?
Yeah, he's got like.
I've already
got a bag on his
heard
Loki.
people talking about Florida Loki, where it's like, is this an alligator that got Loki powers, or is this a Loki that got turned into an alligator?
I'd say another Loki turned him into an alligator or something. I bet.
I heard someone saying it might be a play on the idea of where like Loki turned into a snake to scare Thor, but he turned into an alligator.
Nice. I got stuck that way. I like it.
I want to see if he doesn't get actual action, like we don't get to see him crawl around and do something, like whip his tail and some green powers come out of it. I'm upset. Like they set up so many fun moments that they could have. If they don't start capitalizing, like you can't keep missing from the 3-point line until you get subbed out of the game.
100%. I just want to leave this on screen for a second. Sorry. If this doesn't happen, we riot. Wow, am I dead?
Now.
There's your
Am I
ka-chow.
dead? Yeah, ka-chow. Oh my
I agree
God.
with you though, Kyle. Like
so hot right now.
I agree with you, Kyle. Like I really want to see alligator Loki like bite some ankles or something.
Oh yeah, I want to see him like you know what?
I kind of felt
ground, you know what I mean?
classic
Like, just-
Loki. I kind of felt disrespected, man. He looks like he's wearing a fucking diaper.
It's like the classic
He's an old
Loki
man.
from the comics. Like I think.
Yeah, but I didn't feel like the classic Loki was wearing a fucking diaper. Like, did they? It looks like they literally have a diaper under this old man's costume in case he shits himself. Like, what is going on here?
It was kind of like when they gave Vision the OG look in that episode, the Halloween episode of thing. I like it. Like, you know, I think it's
he's got the Depends on, bro.
I like it. It's like it's a proper throwback to the origin, you know. So I'm all for it. Like little nods like that are cool, I think.
Oh, I like it.
He looks amazing, man. That
Oh,
like
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mjolnir, whatever he's got going on is
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, it's pretty fucking sweet, dude.
I guess it's like a train track almost. Like
It's overly slouchy.
And his outfit looks badass.
yeah, it does. It's like proper like Norse, like
Viking,
Viking
yeah.
style stuff. Like 100%.
yeah. Where do you think they are?
So like I was watching a breakdown of that, and just to bring up Owen Wilson again, just because you can.
I think it's like the TVA's version of the trash compactor that Star Wars they get thrown in Star Wars.
I don't
feel
know if
like
I could see this. Can you guys see
that's
this?
where all their prune stuff goes. Like they have a version of old New York as if they pruned a Loki's entire New York.
So what? Yeah, what the like some of the like kind of theories are. So this looks like a kind of
Avengers Tower.
Avengers Tower that's all damaged up and
Yeah.
stuff. So I think what they're thinking is that people they're dropping all the Lokis into like a kind of post-apocalyptic version of.
It's not even just the Lokis. There's footage of like a whole semi being dropped down, or a whole boat, I think, being dropped down. That they have footage, I guess, for maybe next episode coming into that world.
I wonder is that there? I don't know. Yeah, like it's like throwaway.
That's just like the
throwaway
prune. That's the
timelines.
prune world or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think that's what this entire next episode is going to be. Is people are probably going to feel like it's filler. Is they're going to spend the entire episode in this prune world, and then either end the episode them getting out of it, or do what they did with the Lamentus. They don't end the episode with them getting out of it. They piss off Drnkie by getting out of it the first 5 seconds of the last episode, and then Drnkie never watches Disney Plus show again.
I'm getting close. I really believe the third episode. I feel like they cut that third episode and spliced it out of another one just to stretch this thing out so they can get to Black Widow, the back-to-back release, like lining right up with it or whatever it is. Because like, there's no reason for that third episode to be hanging out there. Like, could you imagine the third episode and this episode being combined? Like, take out a couple of scenes that like kind of we didn't have to go back to the ship thing.
The
We
best
could've
bits of both.
consolidated it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like you're right there, or like split. It's just like,
I mean-
how do we start this one with them at on the planet? And
We said that last
They
week.
get saved.
That was like my biggest problem last week, was knowing that I was going to have to deal with the Lamentus bullshit spillover in this episode. Like,
Well, you know, if they did it the way you planned, like the way you're saying, it would have actually probably worked better, because we would have watched episodes, like it would have been 5 episodes long. This would have been 4, and then the finale would have been next Wednesday. And for me, anyway, same day I would have seen Black Widow on the 7th, but American release on the 9th, 2 days later. So you would have had it like kind of perfectly lined up, ended the show, brand new movie. But I suppose maybe they want to have episode 5 of Loki, release Black Widow, and then whatever happens in that, maybe something happens. There might be something linking to Loki somehow, and then it's boom into the finale of Loki or something. And then I think we're gonna.
it's already like they're admitting that it's not, Loki's not going to hit that hard, and they want continuous sales on this Black Widow to keep going as Loki ends, and then after Loki ends. They want, because it's going to be in theaters after Loki ends too. It's like, it's almost like, to me, they're not proud of what, like, if you're proud of what you have, let it stand. Like we're all saying, let Loki end and then Black Widow come out.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I really think though, once Loki ends, it's gonna like open the floodgates where we're gonna get like Spider-Man footage and stuff like that. Like I really think it is, whatever happens at the very end of Loki is going to affect the whole next step, which is Doctor Strange in fucking Spider-Man 3 and whatever happens there, and then that leads on to Wanda's continuation in Strange and stuff like that. Like, so I really think that like nearly take these next 2 movies, like Spidey and Doctor Strange, as kind of like just one big kind of epic together, like, because I think it's just a shared storyline.
How do you think they tie in the Ten Rings, Shang-Chi? How do you think they tie, who's the character that bridges him to everybody else? Doctor Strange, maybe?
I don't know. I think he's kind of on his own right now. Like, from what I understand from the footage that we've seen, is like, this dude has tried to just live a normal life and he's getting pulled back into the Ten Rings. I really think it's just, he's probably sat on the sidelines and watched everything happen for Infinity War and shit, and Jesus, he could have even got blipped, you wouldn't even know. Like, and I really think that this is a complete standalone movie. I think it's one of the last standalone movies. I can't remember. I saw someone talking about it. They were saying that.
So, do you think they're pulling him in eventually, or
they'll pull him in? Yeah, of course. But I think it's down. It's down the line. Like, I think it's this and Eternals are the last kind of solo efforts, like, disconnected. Even though obviously Eternals are well aware of everything that's been happening, there hasn't really been any mention. But I would again presume like the Ten Rings were involved in abducting Tony Stark in the very first film, and then. Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw after Iron Man 3, they released that short film with Ben Kingsley where he was in prison, and an actual official from the Ten Rings appears and is like, don't be fucking don't be using his name. He is aware of you and he's unhappy. Like, and it's kind of like, oh shit, there is a real Mandarin and he's pissed. Like, so it's the stories have kind of existed so far, but very, like, Ten Rings especially were kind of very lightly teased, and I think we're getting it as a kind of solo effort. And then I think Phase 5 you might have Shang-Chi join the fucking Avengers or some shit. I don't know, or he does something, like a team up movie with somebody else
easily. Like, how they pulled this, it's very similar, I guess, to like Ant-Man, right, where it's like he's really disconnected from everything except for like little tie-ins like to the universe.
And then they came out,
and then like someone comes gets him like, hey, I need you, whatever. Yada, yada.
Same thing with the Hulk when they brought him back, is they sought him out. I mean, Natasha went and got him.
Exactly.
Right. True.
I think it'll be an Ant-Man situation where it's like, I know a guy. Someone's crossed paths with him. Like, I guarantee it'll be a little cameo of some sort from somebody, whether it be Sam Wilson, or it actually probably would be maybe. Because like this movie set place in San Francisco, right? So it probably would. It could be Ant-Man. Maybe you have Ant-Man. Ant-Man. He's in the same city, so maybe he just appears. Like, there's shit going on. Like, because it looks like there's a big disaster in the streets of San Francisco. So at the end of the movie, maybe Ant-Man shows up to kind of clear up a bit of the mess and ends up meeting him. And then, like, down the line, it's like, oh yeah, I know a guy. Like, he's kind of returning the favor of like that Mackie kind of brought him in. He's bringing the next one in. Like, that's kind of poetic, I suppose. So that would kind of make sense.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll do anything?
Go ahead.
Do you think they'll do anything with like Ross or Doctor Strange knowing about Shang-Chi afterwards because of Wong and Abomination?
I think Ross is very much so involved in everything. I think he's going to have obviously he's in Black Widow, and I think he's going to have a really big part to play in that movie. I think it's been kind of spoiled already that they have like there's like a widow serum. It's like a red serum. So I think like the widows are actually like injected. They're super soldiers themselves. And I think his entire story is always
super spies.
Has always just been super serum. It's always been that, like, the entire time. So yeah, I think there's definitely a connection there. He shows up in Shang-Chi to I think is it something like they're actually like renting out Abomination for this tournament. Like, he's the American representative for the tournament. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Ross is there. He's kind of kept his grips on Abomination this entire time. So yeah, 100%.
And if that's the case, and we're saying that the Widow serum is going to be a super soldier serum, then I want a Red Hulk somewhere eventually, because of the fact that like he probably has Banner's blood and the serum, and he's going to mix the two and become Hulk.
Nice.
And Red Hulk, that would be so good. It would be so good.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah, I think they need to do something where, like, would that be like Bruce Banner gets like infected with like red serum or something? Like, is it Bruce Banner that becomes the Red Hulk, or is it somebody else? I honestly don't know.
Ross becomes Red Hulk.
Oh, Jesus, right? Okay, yeah.
He's in She-Hulk too, right?
Red She-Hulk is Betty.
No, he's saying Ross is going to be in She-Hulk.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he will be. Like,
good.
Of course.
One question, kind of bringing it back to Loki, I wanted to pose to you guys. So the big theme that they started off the show with, and he says it's the name of the first episode, and he says it when he watches his death. Glorious purpose. What maybe he's not going to be the bad guy. Maybe he'll be a good guy in the end with, you know, a motivation. But like, what do you guys think his glorious purpose is? I'm still I'm not sure where that it's been talked about so much. Like even Mobius has said, "Oh, glorious purpose." You know, everybody's talked about this.
I mean, when it comes to
Loki.
Yeah, Loki. Well, just I mean, it seems like an overall theme because we've had Mobius say it, and Loki. It's the name of the first episode. Loki says it when he watches his own death. He like kind of tears up a little bit and then laughs and says, "Glorious purpose." I don't know what his glorious purpose is because he says that while watching his death. So,
I mean, in terms of Norse mythology, you know, Loki's glorious purpose is causing Ragnarok, and of course we've seen the movie. But I would say his glorious purpose is starting the multiverse, and that's what we're eventually going to lead up to.
That's a good answer. I actually can get behind that answer. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, do you guys have anything else that you think different with it? I just thought it like I kind of thought like maybe his glorious purpose was figuring out how to avoid that end. Like if you know the end of a story and you're not there yet, do you have the power to change it? Maybe that's kind of a theme. That's what I was thinking when I originally saw it, or saw it again last night.
I get the feeling that like, you know, Loki has watched his death now, and I think, you know, the whole thing of it's one sacred timeline and the timekeepers are controlling. I think, you know, Loki's going to say, oh, fuck that, I'm taking this over, and, you know, this is my story now. And I think that's kind of where it's going to go. You know, I really see him becoming like a kind of specter of time, and like, you know, he's seen the end, he goes to the end and can kind of maybe gets to keep one of those devices and can bounce back and forth, and then, you know, he has the power then to kind of pop into future movies and just appear here and there wherever he feels, and he's kind of viewed time in its entirety.
Loki is the new Stan Lee now. He'll just have a temp pad and he'll show up.
Wouldn't surprise me. They need somebody to do it.
I like the Deadpool idea.
I do as well.
Deadpool would be better.
Deadpool dressed as Stan Lee, I think, is the best.
I think Deadpool just works as well because, you know, any of like 99% of Stan's appearances just didn't make any fucking sense at all, and I just think that Wade can do that, and it's funny, and it's just it works.
He already breaks the fourth wall, so
yeah, it's like, you know, if Wade Wilson shows up on a different planet during like Guardians 3, you just kind of laugh, you don't even question it, you know. It's like, how the fuck did he get there? Like, whereas, you know, if it's I suppose if it's Loki as well, obviously Loki can do that, but I just think it works better when it's someone that's just so out of place, you know. So it kind of hits better when it's someone like Wade, where it's like, how the fuck did he get there? Whereas like if it was Loki, it's like, oh yeah, he's just bouncing around through time and space, like, you know, it's no big deal. It makes sense for it to be Loki, whereas I think it needs to be funny and not make sense.
Also, I have a stupid theory for the whole Nexus event between Loki and Sylvie and I really don't want it to be true, but for the fact that, like, although it may be a love story, like,
definitely
is them is them connecting gonna cause like some sort of like high amount of energy to like manifest from them? Like, is it gonna turn into like this whole like love bomb that like happens, and then eventually like it would have helped them get out of that area, and then shit would have gone down. Like, I feel like that's so
the reality breaking part of Doctor Strange. I think that's what they do. That's how this thing ends. Is like, they literally made it look like that's why he got pruned, was because he was about to kiss her. He's like, I'm new to this. He was about to kiss her, and then he got pruned. And if he wouldn't have got, I think the way that hits harder is if he wouldn't have got pruned and would have kissed her right there, it would have destroyed the TVA. So I feel like that's the end of the show. 100%
I think the end of the show is the two of them just about to lay down in bed, and the second they smash, boom, show over, universe destroyed.
Big bang.
The one who remains opens the door. He's like, "What are you guys doing in here?"
Yeah, imagine just the one who remains, all he just hears is just banging. And it's like, what the fuck is happening? Oh my god! And it's like Loki on Loki. Actually, he's like, "Oh shit, we better reset this fucking crap." And it's like, whoops, too late.
Like, they're definitely set up their kiss to be like a huge thing in like the last episode, right? And that's definitely going to be what starts the multiverse.
Yeah.
Like, that's
But again,
cool.
it's poor writing, because at that point, why isn't the multiverse started now that all these other, like, we're about to have all those Lokis have been hanging out together in the trash world, like all these people that aren't supposed to interact with each other. Like, I feel like it goes with what Drnkie said. It's just kind of, there's loopholes. There's too many loopholes that are too easy to find.
Yeah, I don't know why them kissing is like the big thing that breaks it versus them just being in contact with each other at all. Like
knowing their existence, yeah.
Yeah, it's the grandfather paradox is what I think they're trying to play at is like, you know, could you go back and murder your grandfather? No, because then if you did that, you would never be born to go back and murder your grandfather. So it's like, I think they're trying to play on that, but then that only makes sense if you make the,
It's something that always pisses me off about Terminator. It's like, you know, John Connor sends back your man Kyle to smash his ma, and then it's like he becomes his dad. But like, it's like, how is he there to do it in the first place? Like, where does the loop start? You know?
Yeah.
It's
so
rough.
It's so annoying, bro. It's like he sends his dad back to be born. How is he in the future to begin with to send him back?
Yeah, where's the initial chicken over the egg?
Exactly.
You know?
And that shit makes me want to pull my hair out, bro. I hate it.
The only thing that I would say that would even be plausible is the fact that like he didn't look like John Connor in the future, and then this just changed his look rather than like who he is.
So he's changing his heritage.
It would just change his appearance, and that would be the only way to like say that this works.
Don't cover up for bad writing. It's not your job.
I know it's not my job, but it just annoys me. And I think that maybe like, you know, back in like 1984 when they proposed the idea, it's kind of like, yeah, you know, it's like, yeah, people aren't going to really think about this. It's all cool. It's cool. And then as they start making sequels, it's like, oh shit, yeah, like, we kind of fucked up here. It doesn't really make sense what's going on. Like, yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't like timeline things, man. It's very, very hard to nail a timeline story. Like, it's super difficult.
Yeah.
And I don't like the way the MCU's timeline thing is set up. I don't like the way they did it. I don't know if this is like the latest thinking on from scientists and how it would go, but it's
yeah.
Ooh, it's rough, man.
It's tough,
rough.
yeah. I like the I want to go back and watch Butterfly Effect again. I kind of think that's a cool movie.
Oh man,
great movie, but I haven't seen it in so long. I haven't really tried to break down the time travel in it and the kind of effects of that movie. But yeah, like a lot of the stuff, like even like at the Flash TV show when they go back and like he's changing time all the time, and it's kind of like, is this like really right? Like I think they do a good job of it. Like, you know, he kind of goes back to a different world and it's completely fucked. Everything's different. Like, and then he has to go back and change it again. Like, I think there's like definitely repercussions. But anything that we've seen in like Marvel so far, you know, there's been a couple of time travel incidences happen in the universe, but there's never been a correction. So you know, we're living in like kind of repercussions, but there's never been a correction. So like it's like, are they going to address that, or what's the story like? I don't know.
I think they just have to let it go. They're just like, yeah, this is not, this is what it is. It is what it is. We're moving on, everyone. Like,
yeah.
Welcome to Phase 5. Forget about all that shit.
I'm telling you, what did you expect?
The overarching thing I got is we might not be able to trust in their scripts. Their visuals are just the fact that they keep knocking out. Like when we first entered that chamber of the timekeepers with like those red lights, like they are killing the visuals on this show.
I love them, man. And as much as I want this show to be bigger in terms of like as the places we go, because I think if you really count them, you only go to like four rooms in this whole show. The ones that you're there are amazing. You know, it did look like a little hallway of Asgard, looked cool. The timekeeper room had a really cool effect to it. You know, something we haven't seen in the MCU at all, but totally fits in it.
Are they shooting this show on the same lot that does like Mandalorian and stuff? Are they using that tech from Lucas?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that.
I would presume they are, but I don't know for sure. I must try and look that up. Yeah, like what? Like I apparently the main writer for the show had said in an interview that one of the main pitches for the story of Loki was this kind of Loki on Loki love connection. Like that was one of the big fucking pitches for the plot of the show. So my guess is that like you know, what we're saying is kind of right. You know, they do actually end up connecting by the end, and that's what actually kickstarts the multiverse.
Maybe when they kiss, it makes them merge into a super Loki.
That
That's
was another
what
theory. That was another theory, and I don't want to think about that.
They say they've set it up already. His sex is fluid, and now it truly will be male female merge.
Well, I think it is, isn't it like his sex is fluid because like in the mythology, he can like turn into a wolf
the mythology,
and then give birth
he,
or
like,
whatever, and
he's the father of like a Pegasus type horse. He's the father of Fenrir. Like,
but didn't he give?
He's
birth?
the father of Jormungandr.
What's that? Finto?
He gave birth. He's actually given birth in
mythology.
So I think that's the whole fluid kind of thing. You know?
Yeah, he's like the father of a bunch father and mother of a bunch of mythical creatures.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked.
Doesn't make him a bad person.
No,
It doesn't.
No,
not at all.
Here's what I love though. It's like Loki, gender fluid, height 5'10".
And he's a fucking frost giant, like.
Yeah, hair black. Like everything
5'10", the shortest frost giant ever.
Yeah.
He's frost average. He's not a giant. He's frost average.
Stop, guys. I'm actually average for my race.
That's hilarious, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Like, is there? Do you want to watch? Is there a clip for episode 5? I think there is. Is there?
I haven't checked yet.
Yeah, I think we've drained episode 4 for all we can. Let's have a look and see if there's
there's really not much there, man.
Well,
like,
yeah,
it's good. It's because we're mostly in agreement.
Well, the pacing was bad. Like we didn't cover that much actual time throughout the whole episode. Like Drnkie said, we were on three to four. Like we were on 4 sets that episode. Lamentus for a couple seconds. TVA, Asgard twice for Kid Loki female and for Sif, and then the Timekeeper Chamber, which is still technically in the TVA.
Yeah. And like they say they do all this talking, and they talk about how his character development but like I like if I go watch Umbrella Academy, those characters are way more developed, and I care about all those people inside of there. And like, do you really care about B-15 in this thing? Like, I don't care about B-15. Anymore. I don't care about anyone. Like, I barely care about Owen Wilson. And it's just because he's been so like nice, but you know his whole, I might have a jet ski. That could be cool. Like it's not. They're not deep. They're not that deep, and I just don't really care about them. I care about Owen Wilson as an actor. I don't care about Morbius that much.
Yeah.
Also, I really hope that B-15 is gone, only for the fact that like they literally took her down and they're supposed to be pruning her. I didn't see her in any of the scenes, so she better be gone.
You can catch her. She's laying on the ground.
Is she?
When I rewatch it, my monitors like it's pretty bright and pretty contrasty because for gaming, and you can actually kind of see an outline of her on the ground after they knock her down. But
why?
The first time I watched it, I was like, "What happened to B-15? Is she just not in the fight anymore?" Like,
yeah, I can't really connect with people too much that like don't have real names. Like, B-15, it's like I can't picture you in my head, like, and like C-20 and A-23 and all this shit. Like, it's like I have no connection to it. Like, Star Wars get away with it when it's like, C-3PO and R2-D2 because it's like they're fucking robots. Like, it's cool. Like, but, if there was like Jedi named like fucking B-12, you're like, what?
Even like C-20, we saw flashbacks of her real life, and then they were like, she's dead, and we're like, good, fuck her. Too bad.
That little bit they showed like her character, like I got to care about her a little bit. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Like they don't. The shows it's too long to be good. It's too short to be good. Like if they should have made this thing like 4 episodes, a 4-episode miniseries, or they should have made this thing like a 20-episode show where it's like they can go and explore a character. Like when we see Sylvie on her planet. On Asgard when she's young, that should have been a 10-minute sequence where we see her playing with young Thor. Yeah. Maybe like we see the leg of Odin or something because you can't really get Anthony Hopkins, but we see like a father figure as Odin. Yeah. And she's running, like have her develop so we care about Kid Loki. Like,
you
we
could get a
care
different
about
you
her
could get a
as
different
kid.
actor in to play Odin even, because obviously
Right.
she's different, like, you know. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's 100% a lost opportunity. I saw someone kind of breaking down, I think it was New Rockstars, they were breaking down the scenes, and the first shot of Asgard, you see it pans in from the reverse. Did you notice that? And it's like
Yeah.
her
Back of it. We've never seen the back.
yeah, it's like her perception though is like she's the one who is like, you know, she's not the hero, but she is just worshipping the heroes. So it's like she views it from, you know, behind, whereas like when we're viewing, we're the ones that are viewing the heroes like from the front or whatever. I don't really know what he was saying, but it made sense when he was saying it. But it's a very interesting take. Like, you know, she's the one playing with the little dolls and making up make believe stories and stuff about Thor and all this sort of stuff. And it's
Because
like,
she
yeah,
wants to go out there. She wants to go to that bridge and go out there and be a hero. And Thor goes out there and is a hero, and all the heroes are out there. And they just want to come back to Asgard and celebrate because they got their victories.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
great framing. It really is.
It is. Yeah, very intelligent.
And with like the show, like I think the only one I truly care about, because we know his story and his backstory, is the Loki that we've been with the entire time, like the MCU Loki.
Yeah.
He's the only one I care about in this show, and literally he's like a guest star. Like he literally is getting led around and flown around like a kite this entire series. It's like he has no agency whatsoever over any scenario that he's in. It's just it's a very weird show when it comes down to like just like feeling like a good story to enjoy it to me. It's just a rough script, man.
I agree. Go ahead.
I think they felt like they're playing it way too safe, in my opinion, as well. Like it's just they have us by the balls, man. They can twist it. They can like do whatever they want.
Boner.
Exactly.
They can,
and then they give us
whatever
boner.
they want. Yeah.
They have a rap boners in their hand.
There's rumors that Evan Peters might even actually appear in this show. They're saying that the boner might actually mean something by the end. Like they think that the boner itself was a trick that was played, and that he actually is Quicksilver.
I hope he's in the new Stan Lee.
What do you think of that? Like, would you like, because they clearly like fucked us, right? But if they then turn around and do a double cross, and it actually is Quicksilver, is that good or bad? Is that like is that a correction? Or like, do you believe that it's like, oh yeah, we had that plan the whole time? Or is that like a correction to a backlash?
It's a retcon, probably.
Yeah,
I think it's the only reason they do it is because, like you guys were saying, the actor that played Pietro is going to be in something else. That'd be the only thing I'd see the only reason why they do it.
It's so messy, bro. It's like, you know, you bring in like Evan Peters, who's from the Fox universe, and then it's like you have an established Quicksilver in the MCU, and now you're giving him to Sony, and it's like, and now Sony is partnered with Marvel, and they can do crossovers. It's like, this is messy shit. Like, I don't understand it at all.
I think his Kraven's gonna look completely different, though. I think like with the beard and him bulked up, I think he looks completely different.
You just forget it's the same actor. Like, you're supposed to just it's not meant to be the same person, even though it is the same actor. You think immersion takes over? I don't know if it does for me now.
I'd have to see his Kraven. But I think Quicksilver is such a wildly different look than what Kraven the Hunter could look like.
Yeah. Like if
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like, I'm thinking, like, you know, imagine like Owen Wilson shows up and he's got his long blonde hair like he does in every other movie. Is it still Owen Wilson? Like, is it Mobius? Or like, do you accept the fact that it's like a different version of him with like the grey short hair and stuff? And I don't know. I see that actor. You know what I mean? I don't know if I don't know if that breaks immersion for me. Like, you know.
I think it depends. It really depends, because I've seen so many actors like playing different roles who they really get into it, and you completely forget that it's even the actor.
Yeah.
So it's like when we see the trailer, when we see the screen, you know, leaks or whatever for on set.
Yeah.
I think that, but I think it's done. Like if you put Kraven the Hunter next to Quicksilver, like image, you know what I mean? They're just wildly different.
Yeah.
And I think it is going to be the beard. I think they're going to put a big beard on him.
Yeah.
Also, I think Evan Peters' portrayal was much more memorable, which is why I think I can accept Kraven.
That's nothing. That's no one's fault, but the way it was shot. Honestly, that's what's unfortunate about that is his Quicksilver scenes were just shot better.
Yeah. There was a much bigger focus on Quicksilver in the X-Men movies. Like, he was just like, you know, I lived for seeing those new Evan, like the slow-mo scenes. Like, they were just they were like the best parts of those movies.
They were so good.
Yeah.
Didn't they take like 6 months to do them?
I'd believe it. Yeah, I'd believe it.
It's wild.
It's crazy.
I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but I just ordered a pizza right here, right now.
How dare you, sir? Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I'm going to put on the promo for episode 5, and just while that's on, I'm going to grab a fresh beer as well. So we're going to go to the theater. Here we go. Actually, no. This one. I want to play one I haven't actually seen.
No one bad is ever truly bad. And no one good is ever truly good.
I believe, stupidly, you can be whatever you want to be. Even someone good. Glorious.
Yo, I just want to play that again. Sorry, give me 1 sec. I think there's actually a good bit in this.
No
right?
one bad is ever truly bad. And no one good is ever truly good.
I believe, stupidly, you can be whatever you want to be. Even someone good.
Glorious.
What do we think of that?
Don't forget to like.
The only thing that upsets me there is I feel like that's footage, half footage from last episode, half footage from next episode.
Yeah,
if that was all footage from next episode, I'd be happy. But knowing that they're doing what they've done the entire time and just showing we're not going to see all of that next week is kind of upsets me.
I don't think Disney.
Splits.
I don't think Disney are putting out official like trailers. I think these trailers are little tiny bits that are kind of grabbed from somewhere and just kind of spliced together by like Screen Rant or whatever, or Screen Cult or whatever the hell they're called.
Well, I mean,
like, I don't think
Disney
they're
did give us the President Loki, but I mean,
Yeah.
obviously that had to come from them at some point. So the
course.
fact that we've had that and it's not going to be until the last or next episode, which I'm guessing the second to last episode, like. Why use stuff from the second to last episode for your promo? That's stupid.
Yeah, I don't get it either. The scene of them as kids, that's from the first Thor movie though, right? I don't think that's new footage. So yeah, I don't know.
Do you think that's even going to be in the show?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's there because maybe there is some sort of a recall or a different scene or something. But obviously they can't use the same kids. Jesus, that movie was shot 10 years ago. Those kids are in their probably 20s now, you know. So
Yeah.
And that doesn't work.
I mean, we definitely saw Loki in like a leadership position almost inside the TVA.
I saw a clip somewhere. I don't know where the fuck I saw it from. But there's a clip somewhere. I have seen it, and it's him in that scene, and he holds up the hammer, and it's actually the proper hammer, like it's Thor's hammer. And
Yeah,
he
I've
holds it up,
seen
so
that
it's
one.
like
At Asgard?
yes, that
it's
scene.
a Tom Hiddleston, too.
Yeah.
It's Tom Hiddleston, yeah. It's in that scene.
not
It's in
too
that
bad.
scene where he stands up and kind of throws his arms out. It's just either before or after that. Like he is the king of Asgard, I believe, in whatever.
I wonder what that dagger lightning thing was at the end of that.
Yeah, I
Did you guys
saw.
see that?
I saw a breakdown of that as well. They were saying they're wondering is maybe I don't know if it's like again is he using like some sort of like sorcerer powers like through weapons or something like that, or I don't know. But yeah, like that's again, it's another fucking ability to add to the list that's never been kind of there before and just kind of thrown in there and not even really commented on. It's kind of strange.
Yeah.
More Infinity Stone shit, maybe.
Like
maybe
he's
he
there
has
at Asgard. They have him inside the TVA when they show him in front of that, like all those lenses or whatever that he's looking at, and that was a new costume for Loki that we've never seen before, so that's coming.
yeah.
I don't know, dude. This show is so hard for me to gauge, like as a whole. I gotta wait till the next two shows, because I really don't know how this thing's gonna end. If it's actually worth it.
I just think they're riding the coattails of post-apocalyptic moments at the moment, and it's bothersome now.
Yep. This show could have been so much more, man. Like I think that's the thing that like really frustrates me the most when I watch this is I could see how this show could be so much more than what it is.
It looks
and
like
it was such a good setup for something they didn't tap into.
It actually looks like I'm seeing here. This is a picture I've seen because it looks like this is in the Loki trailer, right?
Mm-hmm.
This picture here, but the picture of him with the hammer, it looks like it's labeled as a deleted scene from Thor 2. So it's people faking us out on the internet by the looks of it. Those motherfuckers.
With the red cape too.
Yeah,
that was in.
Those motherfuckers.
We got getted.
Yeah, we got good. Yeah, I think it's this deleted scene from Thor 2. That sucks, bro. That sucks.
But Loki has lifted Mjolnir before. But it just, I don't know if they're going to actually go that route.
Do we have any ideas, or do we know what lady, like the baby Loki, the female one, like what her Nexus event actually was? Or
Drnkie's been saying this whole time, just her having the thought of wanting to be a hero. She was sitting there saying, like, "Oh, save from the dragon," or whatever.
Yeah.
So just her having that mindset
trying
of
to
not
be good.
Yeah.
And then, like, they bring her to the TVA, and she's like trying to yell to help that guy.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're teasing because they really haven't confirmed it, right? It's just my biggest guess. And they played the song. She's a hero. I'm waiting on a hero for you.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's because
unless they haven't showed us. Yeah, either they haven't showed us the Nexus event, or going off what we have. That's the best thing we can go with, because like the way they make it seem like is. It was a throw, like Renslayer knows, and it's obvious like she's lying when she's like, I don't remember. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be in the next episode when she's like, you're going to tell me everything. She's going to ask her everything about the timekeepers. We might get instead of a visual Kang, we might just get a line from Renslayer about Kang, and then figure out her Nexus event. All the while, the other cutaways on the episode will be Loki and Owen Wilson figuring out how to get out of there.
Which would be fine. Like just a mention of Kang would be cool. Like we don't need to see him. Like I'm not one of these. I don't need the reveals like that. I just need to be tied into a bigger universe type of deal. That's what I like about the MCU, and they've done that for the most part. In this, so.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, I suppose.
I don't know what the fuck happened to the choreography though. These fight scenes are so like
they're terrible, bro.
Trash. Like you see that when they stab them, they're stabbing on the side of them. Like, good one, bro. I used to do that same trick when I was 8 with sticks.
Dude, like they run up on a stair and turn around with a sword, like it's like they're in high school theater class, like haha.
Yeah,
I got you now.
The only thing I can think of is that like maybe like Tom Hiddleston just insisted on doing it himself, like, and he just didn't want it to be like unauthentic by using stunt doubles and choreographers and stuff. Like that's the only thing that makes sense to me, because it's like, you know, he's got long hair. It's so easy when you have a character who has long hair. It's so easy to use stunt doubles because you just have them like whipping their head all the time, and you know you don't really see their face, but they look the exact same as them body wise, and you can just have them doing crazy flips and shit. And I don't know, I don't get it. And like I think again, to double up on what Drnkie you were saying earlier, it's like, why is Loki so weak? Like he's just like, he can't fight.
But no, he can stop a building from falling down in reverse time on that though.
He always needs, like, inside the TVA, he's nothing. Like, you know, he can't even fight. It doesn't add up for me. Like, you know, it's like, I don't understand.
I'm always just gonna go back to the fact that he's more durable than strong.
Yeah, I don't know. You say he's more durable than strong, then explain why he can catch a building, but he can't hand-to-hand combat.
That's telekinesis. That's spell. That's spells.
But it's not telekinesis. If you rewatch the episode, he not only catches it, it goes back up and puts itself back together. There's no crack in the building anymore. It actually, because since I rewatched it last night, I remember watching it and being like, that looks like an exact time like reversal thing there, so it just doesn't fit in.
Kijin in the chat says he was watching something there. Renslayer could be a variant Loki. I saw the same thing. I saw the same thing.
I just with her having her own like backstory in the MCU, I just feel like, or not MCU, in the comic universe, I just feel like, you know.
Regarding the building, by the way, Kyle, I do believe that it's just a lazy attempt to make it seem like it's being reversed by time, but I really think all they did was just reverse the effects.
Yeah,
and it's just a lazy way of showing like, oh man, he put it back.
Yeah, but to do it that lazy to make it look like it was time travel after we've had so much actual time travel, especially with things like with Doctor Strange. Like, I just feel like, again, goes back to circle. Let's recircle what Drnkie has said. How many circles we have around? Bad fucking writing.
Yep, 100%.
And a show that's killed the visuals so much. Like, how are you lazy there?
Nothing is normal or safe in the MCU. Yeah, that's a good point. Like Kijin just said in the chat there. Sorry, it's like I think if they could be trying to cop us out, like, this could be another boner thing, like, it's like, let's make them believe that there's a time stone in play here, but there actually isn't. It's like I have completely lost trust with these Disney shows, to the fact that, like, we're given all these like fake pitches and like lead ups to stuff, and then it's just like, no, it's like Lady Loki using Enchantress. It's like, and she has the name of the Enchantress, and it's like, but no, she's actually a Loki. It's like, what's going on? Like, it's like, do the comics not mean anything?
I can go on board with that, because they have combined characters in the past. Like, they combine characters in the MCU to like make like one mesh of a person, because they probably will never do the Enchantress in the MCU outside of this moment, right? So they're like, we'll do that.
Same with like Agatha Harkins, even though
and they change stuff up. And I'm okay with them not using the comics to be accurate, right? Like, you don't have to keep accurate to the comics. That's fine, because of the MCU. This is their own universe. They have their own set of rules and stuff. But what I think sucks is when like it feels like they're breaking their own universe, like where they go back and like to bring it back to kind of how Loki isn't really fighting like the Loki has. Like, that's breaking the Loki character. Like, one, he's a frost giant. Like, that's not magic. He's half frost giant. Two, we've seen him fight Captain America and like keep up with Captain America in a fight, and then these like TVA security guards just like are handling Loki. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. It's just lazy writing, because these people don't really watch the MCU like that, right? They're not like there's no one there checking the writers, being like, hey, I don't think this would work like this. Like, we need to make the scene work, and how they could beat Loki when he can do this already. These are just writers who are just they just tangentially love the MCU. They like the idea of the MCU, but they're not trying to guard the MCU's mythos and these characters. They're just trying to like tell their own little story. Which, like, why come to the MCU then?
I'm not trying to defend it to a T, Drnkie, but I do want to say that if everything gets nullified within the TVA, because Loki is a god, that's godlike powers. I would say that would be the only saving grace, but I don't want it. I don't want to think it that way.
But like, if Thor comes to the TVA, he can't bring lightning, but he's still strong as fuck. Like, he's Asgardian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He can fight. You know, and Loki's an Asgardian, half frost giant.
Yeah.
And they treat him like he's a ragdoll.
Where's the skill?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and that's the thing, is like skill. That's what I would agree with. Is he needs the skill.
He's 1,500 years old. Like, you could break his
two
legs
agile.
and he's still able to fucking fight. Like,
And they show Lady Loki beating up on the TVA agents. So why is it like they're just trying to serve the script where it's like, well, we got to have one good fighter, one bad fighter, because that's how scripts work.
Yeah.
And it just feels goofy. Like, it just doesn't feel right.
Should we even go back?
It's like,
go back to Ragnarok, and like, the first time he sees like Doctor Strange, like, the knives come out, he's ready to fucking go straight for him, like, and now it's like, he's getting taken out by B-15, random fucking, security guard of a variant who's had their mind wiped and they don't exist in time. It's like, you're going against the Sorcerer Supreme, and you're going in fearless, like, not giving a fuck, and then it's like, oh, we can't fight these guys here, like, it's like, what? Yeah, it's just, you're right, it just doesn't really add up.
And then like B-15, who's able to get the drop on Loki and like knock his ass out or whatever, then gets beat up by by her own security guards. Like, it just, again, it's nitpicky, but when they do all these kind of like weird moments, it starts to break down the walls for me where I don't nitpick stuff. Because like the first Thor movie is not like a fantastically like well thought out movie, but because they established their own deal, I go along with it. You know, I'm like, okay, because they keep the walls up, right?
Yeah.
And they make it believable in itself, and they don't do that in this show. And so those walls for me start to come down, and I start like picking things apart. This is why it's so frustrating for me.
Yeah. Blakey says surely they'd have the same fighting skills because they're the same person. Yeah, maybe.
And Loki grew up on Asgard where they taught him how to fight. If anything, she should suck more.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Loki should definitely be stronger. Loki's like sparring with Thor all the time. Probably getting smacked. Probably getting smacked with the hammer and lightning all the time. Like, you know, so it's like, I don't get it.
I think that's what breaks it too, is the fact that like I agree that we should have had like a 10-minute like backstory. If they were going to do it, they might as well have done it so that we could see Sylvie at the very least training, so that, you know, we can tell like, okay, she's been training for this. She's been like making sure that she can defend herself. That way she has similar skills to, you know, the current Loki. That would have made things a little more believable. But if correct me if I'm wrong, is she doing like wrestling moves in the fight scenes?
Have to go back and watch.
They always kind of do that though, don't they? Like, they always trying to throw in some like WWE choreography and shit. Like,
yeah, because it just reminds me of Iron Man 2 with Natasha and like Happy when he's fighting like that one guard and she's taking out like 5 others.
Yeah. It's very much like all like kind of flippy stuff, and it's just stuff that looks good. Like, yeah, he got the TVA guard. Yeah, exactly.
Where they should have put her story in, and I think this would have been great. This has been a fantastic moment to put it in. They should have put her story of her getting taken as a little kid. They should have put that at the beginning of episode 3 because it was short anyways. So we go from the end of episode 2 where they jettison out or whatever, and you know, like, where'd they go? The whole multiverse is pulling apart. Yeah. And then we go there and they show us her backstory.
100%.
For like 10 to 20 minutes.
That
and
makes
that
makes so much sense.
So good.
That makes so much sense. And like every other story, every other show does that. Like, you know, the second you intro a character, it's like big cliffhanger at the end. Here's the character. Hey, how's it going? She's whatever. And then it's like the very start of the next episode. It's like, boom, here's the origin story. Here's who they are. Here's how they came to be. Yeah, 100%. I don't know why they didn't do that. Again, I would say they sit there and they're like, you know, I'd say they sit there and they're just like, let's be different. Like, you know, let's try and be different. Let's just do this different. Like,
I just want to say I predicted almost all this like 10 years ago. I got a chinchilla, named it Loki. Thought it was a dude, turned out to be a girl. I have a female chinchilla named Loki.
Oh
what do you
my
guys
god!
I predicted.
Oh my god!
Technically, she's canon now. You never
and
know.
Yeah, and then her brother is Thor. I've got 2 chinchillas, Loki and Thor.
That's epic.
My God. This whole thing, it's very frustrating to me, man. And like, I want to like this show. I go into it every week, excited to see it. I'm like, I'm ready. Like, I want this to turn around. For me, I want this to be good. I want to see these characters, like, everything. And then it just slowly, I'm just sitting there and watching. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I want this.
It is kind of crazy. Like, they have...
Honestly, I said this on my own stream. If Tom Hiddleston isn't in this, if this show isn't about Loki, if this is just a new show that they bring on, right, to like Netflix or whatever, and you sit down to watch like the TVA, like, what's this show? And this has nothing to do with the MCU. No one's watching it. People are turning the show off, and it gets canceled because they just don't do the work to build this up as its own show. The writers are relying on our love of the MCU as a crutch. And not really making a good show out of this thing.
Yep, I agree, 100%.
I am going to be disappointed if at the end of all this they're like, you know what? Sylvie's like, I'm okay with being a Loki. I think I want to call myself Loki now, and I'm gonna be like, this is bullshit. This is bullshit.
Like, she's been like retracting the name the entire time. Don't call me that. And then at the end, it's like, I am Loki, and then she does.
Yep.
Yeah, that's.
We are Lokis together. Let's
I am a Loki.
Yeah, we are Loki.
Kiss me, Loki. Of course, Loki.
We are Loki.
Yeah, we are Loki. Yeah, 100%.
Why is Loki?
Yeah.
Like, why does she get the name Sylvie? Why does she hate Lokis to begin with? None of this is explained.
I love the theory that she's like like that Loki, an older Loki, is her father. I actually think that's really fucking good.
I feel like if anything, all the other Lokis have a reason to hate her because of her, all the Loki variants have been getting hunted down. Like, why does she hate the other Lokis? You're the asshole here. Sorry.
Don't worry, the next phase of storylines is in good hands with Vin Diesel and his family crossover. And then the Power Rangers and Transformers show up. Mind blown.
Get all five cars, bro.
Sylvie turns into Tom Hiddleston at the end. So Tom Hiddleston dies, and then she like does a trick, and then becomes him. Oh god, that'd be kind of fucked up.
I just realized a possible boner moment.
Go on.
Those four Loki.
Yeah.
They're just in costume, and they're just part of like that apocalypse area.
They're just pretending.
And then you just that would bug me.
Yeah.
Stop putting that out in the air.
Because we don't see them we don't see them in like, I know they're trying to hide like whatever it is that those Lokis are up to or whatnot. But can you imagine if it got bonered and it just like they just all found those costumes at a convenience store or something?
Don't wish that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
If anyone can lift that hammer, then yeah, it's like these guys are posers, like they're pretenders. You know, like that hammer.
Like they're followers.
Yeah, they're just Loki worshippers.
Oh God, I'm getting mad now.
What's the story with the alligator then?
It's their pet. They found
their pet. It's nothing. Like, it's just an actual alligator.
You guys don't have pet alligators?
No.
Is that not a thing?
That's only for you, bro.
Not outside of Florida.
Yeah, that's a Florida thing. It terrifies me that there's alligators like close to where you live, Drnkie. That like really scares me.
They're like you can see alligators driving down the street in Florida, like those little ditches on the side of roads. They chill there.
That fucking scares me.
Dude, where I grew up, we used to have to walk on this long dirt road to get to the bus stop right in the morning to get picked up to go to school, and we had to walk with flashlights. And be shining it because their eyes are reflective, so you'd have to be shining it along the path. Yeah. Sure.
Oh my god.
Timmy didn't bring his flashlight one time, and he's had a peg leg ever since.
Honestly, dude,
walking down the street.
That shit terrifies me, dude.
And just get yoinked. They're running for a morning jog,
Gone.
and they just get yoinked.
Yeah.
Don't have a small dog in Florida either. That's a snack.
Yeah, that shit proper scares me. It's like, I don't want to go to Florida, like I don't want to see that shit. And then at the same time, I'm like, I'm not stepping foot in fucking Australia. Have you seen the fucking like spiders and shit over there? I'm like, I'm not going in there. Like, well, why do you want to go there? Like, I just don't get it.
I mean,
it's fucking terrifying.
That kid at Disney got yoinked by an alligator.
Oh, bro, that's fucking
A, dude.
My god.
Now he's Loki.
Yeah.
Now he's Loki.
Who do you think the villain is for Young Avengers?
What?
Kang the Conquering Young Avengers. You think
the villain for Young Avengers?
Yeah, that ties the time travel into it. He's the king of time travel.
I don't really know much about the Young Avengers. Hang on 1 second. I gotta actually just look this up real quick.
I mean, like
Kang's up there as like one of their main villains.
But like, I don't think they would use him if they use him in Quantumanium. No.
Oh my god. An enemy of the Young Avengers, number 1 on the list that I'm looking at here is Captain America.
Whoa!
And Iron Man's on the list as well. Holy!
I'd love to see that. Captain America.
And Laufey's on the list as well. How's Laufey on the list? Father of Loki.
See, I thought it was going to be Sylvie. They were going to set her up as the Young Avengers villain, which I thought would have been cool, but...
I mean, Laufey doesn't really die like as he did in the movies.
The true enemy of the Young Avengers is the writers. Let's be honest.
Bro, I'd love... Like, imagine... Because I think, like... I was only listening to a discussion on this, and it makes so much sense, but I think they really need to... Like, there's a plan to bring Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans back. There is. They're, like, 100%, even if it's just for one movie. And... they're definitely going to bring them back, but there has to be a time where, we're given time to miss them and, move on a little bit. But you can't wait too long either. So I think, like
what if episode so they can phone it in, bro?
Yeah, but that's animation. It's not the same.
Exactly.
They're going to 100% bring them back in live action. Like Chris Evans has signed on for something else. Like we know he's coming back, but it's like maybe they do like Young Avengers and like Captain America. Like I know I keep kind of dropping Hydra Cap, but maybe it happens. I think the whole Hydra thing is going to happen too. Like, that's down the line. Like, that Hydra's definitely going to get reformed. I saw some, like, again, it's a reach, but the TVA logo upside down is Val, and it's like your one who from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, your one Val. It's like yeah, and it's like, you know, the way she's kind of talking about the shield from another universe and all this sort of shit. So like, she seems to be connected into some stuff. Like, so could you imagine she was involved in the TVA? I'd actually be really pissed off with that, to be honest, because it's just like,
me too.
I'm like, hang on a second, what? How is this like random person the one involved in the TVA? Like, that just doesn't make any sense.
I could totally see, you know, Tony Stark coming back and Ironheart as like AI Tony Stark, 100%, because that's comic book right there. Also, old man, Captain.
Old Man Rogers.
They tease him. Old Man Rogers. They tease him for Captain America 4. That will blow records out, man. That thing will be like their 4th biggest film probably. They just gotta like show him a little bit, like just him picking up the shield or something in the trailer, and like you're showing up.
Yeah. Oh, look, I'd be showing up even if the movie's awful, but like it's.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the fact that like Old Man Steve is actually just a Skrull, and then it like it kind of gets them away from that, and it lets them bring back a younger version of him into like a normal timeline, if that makes sense. Just because.
Yeah.
Like, you know, how do you bring Chris Evans back without doing a story that's set in the past or something, or a different timeline altogether? Like, if you want him back in the actual MCU, you got to do something where it's like he was actually never old. And like, they keep dropping this joke about him being on the moon, but I actually genuinely think that's what they're gonna do. It's like he's actually off with Fury in space or something, like, you know.
Yeah.
I really think that's where it's gonna go.
I don't even think you have to do that. I think all you gotta do is like just change it. Just make him still old as fuck. And just like make him yoked up again, like put the muscles back on him, still give him the gray, gray hair, the liver spots on his head. just like hold him up, like you're good.
Yeah.
He just have the a while, you know. He just has to get back in the gym.
Just have the costume a little bit like
loose.
Loose, yes.
Yeah. That's so funny, dude. Imagine it's like, oh man, he comes rocking in and he's just like, I went back to the gym, and he's like jacked again. He's like, you know, you needed me, so I put the time in. He's like, I'm back on the bro team, bro. I love it.
Just shows up, Sam. I'll tell you about that girl now.
Yeah.
Just starts like beating everyone up.
That's so funny, dude. I like the idea that it's actually Natasha. It's not actually Thing. It's not
that would
actually
be cool.
Peggy.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, and then again, it's another excuse to bring her back too. You know, you do that storyline for like 1 or 2 movies max, and then it's like, you know, you got Natasha back as well after her sister takes over the mantle for 5 years or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
Big time, because there's got to be one kind of collective story that brings them back, and I think it's going to be Secret Wars, and I think it's going to be different timeline versions of themselves, and I really like see a good like movie if you bring back like Chris Evans as evil. Like, I just think that's fucking sweet.
I'll weep, bro. Don't do that to me, bro. I can't do it, man.
Yeah.
That comic book was not good. I did not like Hydra Cap. I didn't like it.
I
not a fan.
I didn't read it, but
man.
I just think something like that works in the cinema, like, you know. It just has such wow factor.
Yeah.
I just think it really slaps, especially when it's someone like Chris Evans, who's such a like famous person and, you know, such a pivotal part of the MCU, and it's like, hang on a second, he's back but he's evil. It's like, whoa, what? You know, I just think it really fucking sells, especially to like the normies. They'll be like, what? We have to see this. What the fuck is this about?
And he can play an evil person. He's been an evil X.
I mean, they could use the loophole of using what's his name, the agent, dude that's in play agent. He was just in the Falcon Winter Soldier.
U.S. agent.
Yeah, U.S.
John
agent.
Yeah. John
freaking Walker.
Yeah, he definitely has a role to play in like Dark Avengers or
Young Avengers.
Like
maybe the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, Thunderbolts. Yeah, like you do like Dark Avengers versus like Young Avengers or some shit, and bring them all together. That'd be pretty sweet.
They need to keep that stuff on Disney Plus. I really wish they would have launched a Disney Plus show by now that's all TV, like Moon Knight or whatever. I wish that would have been bumped up. Us getting these 3 MCU characters in like on the film characters into the Disney Plus I really think was a mistake on their part.
Yeah.
Because they're not able to do too much, right? And so it kind of is underselling an MCU TV show.
Yeah.
Where Daredevil's really great because they're allowed to do a lot with those characters.
Yeah.
Because they're committed to the platform.
Their story can be told there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're dead right, actually. Like, I think like if Moon Knight was released first, that fucking slaps because it's like original content, original series, and then it's like, oh yeah, you like this original shit. Like here's a story, here's a Loki story for 6 episodes. Here's like what Sam's up to now, and yeah, here's
they need something that's gonna live on the platform instead of these one-offs that are just like.
Well, they've got it.
You can watch them.
They've got it, but it's just not here yet. And I'm Drnkie's,
well, that's
Drnkie's right. They've done it in the wrong order.
Yeah, or like WandaVision first, Moon Knight second. And like we're at the 3rd MCU show now, and I'm just like, I don't care about the MCU shows because they don't feel like they mean anything. There's not a lot of creative leeway for them as writers and directors to really tell bigger stories because they got to shoehorn it into these MCU films. It's weak. It's weak. It's all been weak.
Yeah,
I think they should add Morbius into the TV situation as well because I think that could have played out much better as a TV show.
Yeah,
because I'm kind of worried about it.
It's not going to be good at all.
I haven't heard anything about it, like from it. Like I don't hear any hype, nothing that's going on.
It's actually just a jet ski racing
series. They pushed it back, didn't they?
Yeah,
jet skis. That's a different character, bro.
We're talking about the vampire, the Jared Leto movie.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. You have to say his full name, Morbius. The Living Vampire.
Yeah. Not Mobius, Morbius. It is very stupid that they have 2 characters like with very similar names. Like
very similar.
Yeah.
Morbius tries a jet ski, he just dies.
He just melts in the sun.
He has to do nighttime jet skiing. Okay, guys, it's a thing.
Very dangerous.
I love the story of Morbius in like the Spider-Man comics and stuff like that. Like like it makes a lot of sense. I just don't know how they do it and make it pop for Sony. Like.
Well, Morbius even runs into Frank Castle.
Yeah.
They
Frank
could
Castle's
do a
trying to hunt
like
him.
That.
And then the Craven comes in as well and trying to fuck him up and then trying to hunt Spider-Man at the same time. And you're like, this is the future. Like, you have all these, like, they're talking about all these projects that are down the line, but we haven't heard about them yet. It has to be some of this stuff. There's got to be some of this stuff. There's got to be like Punisher and Blade teaming up to try and take out Jared Leto. Like, that is just epic. Like,
will somebody please take out Jared Leto?
Easy
from all the hero movies.
Yeah, I'll hold.
I mean,
I'll hold
bro,
my
Joker mustache is unforgivable.
The Joker was.
Yeah, I liked it.
The Joker was rough, but
the Joker mustache.
I know he's a good actor, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt until I see the film. But
the Joker
it's
laugh on the Andrew Snyder cut. That's all I'm saying. You have to wake up to that every day. Have fun.
Yeah, it's such a tough role, like, because like I think I listened to an interview with him around the time that he first became Joker, and it's kind of like you can't be Nicholson, you can't be Heath Ledger, you got to do your own thing, you can't be Mark Hamill, but it's it's like, what do you do? Like, and then it's like
everybody's chasing the adoration that Heath Ledger got. Everybody's chasing that method actor Joker adoration and it's just not going to happen for him.
It's just proof it can go either way. Like, when they first announced that Heath Ledger was going to be playing the Joker, everyone laughed. Like, it's like, what, that guy from 10 Things I Hate About You? It's like, what?
A Knight's Tale?
Yeah, like, it's like, are you for real? This guy's going to be awful. And then he goes,
no, that's what they said. I didn't say that. That's what they said. I like A Knight's Tale. It's got vision in it, bro.
All right.
Then he goes and wins a fucking Oscar for it, So I suppose, like, the whole Leto thing, I definitely went in with an open mind, but it was just the way the fucking character was written was so stupid for me. Like, he's like some hipster gangster, and I'm like, oh, fuck off. Like, this is just awful. He's got like fucking gold teeth and shit. Like, I'm just like, this is just dreadful.
Like, who would take the time to set up all of his knives just to lay in the middle of them, dipshit?
You
gotta pick all that up.
Yeah.
Have you ever been a criminal? You got a lot of time in your hands when you're not showing up 9 to 5, man.
Yeah, the cronies do all the busy work for you. You just set up knives and shit. Oh my god.
See, and that kind of Joker should have been set up for like a Batman Beyond movie. Because
that
would have totally worked out.
That shit gets kind of crazy in the future. I can buy it nearly then when, civilization has changed so much and all this stuff, but like, to have that kind of shit so close to Heath Ledger's Joker, I'm just like, ugh. That's just weird, like.
It's throwaway.
Oh, it's so bad, bro. Fucking hell. I was so excited for that movie as well. Like, the first trailer for that Suicide Squad movie blew me away. And that proper, like, destroyed my girlfriend's, like, trust in trailers ever. Like, she won't watch movie trailers anymore. I try to get her to watch stuff, and she's like, I can't watch it. She's like, Suicide Squad. And I'm just like, I know, but, like, it's a good trailer. She's like, no, Suicide Squad.
Nope,
She's like,
Suicide-
I'm just gonna wait until I see the film, you know?
And you can't argue with her with that logic either.
Can't. Like, I showed her the trailer for the new Suicide Squad movie. I was like, no, trust me, this trailer's epic. And she's like, yeah, but the first movie. And I'm like, I have no argument here.
Finto.
Yeah.
I don't know if your girlfriend's a gamer at all or if she gives a shit about games, but like, have you ever shown her the trailer for Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League?
No, I haven't. But I suppose she probably would appreciate that. Like, that's a really cool fucking trailer.
That trailer was amazing.
Yeah, that game's gonna be good. When is that game coming out? Like, we haven't even heard anything about it since that trailer.
They didn't
I feel like it was just
E3
announced
for it, so it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a ways off then.
Wow.
Yeah.
That shit pisses me off. It's like, you you show us such an amazing cinematic trailer that they've obviously spent a long time doing. It's like, and you're telling me that you haven't even started the game yet. Like what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like that. I hate all that shit.
But the setup for that was fantastic, and when I saw that, I was thinking like, why didn't they do that for like their live action stuff?
Yeah.
Why couldn't they like? That would have hyped me so much. I would have seen it, and even if it was a terrible movie, I would have been like that trailer though.
Yeah.
Because gaming's the best medium we have. Okay.
Well, like, it's like they say the rumor behind the Suicide Squad movie was like that there actually is a David Ayers cut of the movie, and like Warner Brothers again doing classic Warner Brothers shit, like destroyed that film by sending it to a trailer house to be final cut, and they fucked up the movie like in final cut. So, and I
What's different could it be though?
I like lots of it taken out,
Like
shit
Justice
fucking
League had
chopped
almost
up
the
and
same.
the
Snyder
Joss
cut with like kind of the same plot. And
I don't know. I saw a lot of differences between Joss's cut and Snyder's cut. A lot.
Visually, but structurally.
Yeah, big time. Even that opening scene, like if you're to compare like the Amazonian scenes, like in the Snyder cut to the Joss cut, it's just completely different. Like,
Yeah, but Josh had it right. The Amazonian scene went on way too fucking long in Snyder's cut.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
It was like 15 minutes of just like CrossFit porn for no reason.
I loved it.
Like, grab this
I
cube.
fucking loved
No,
it.
You grab this cube.
I loved
no,
it.
You grab this cube.
I loved it.
We got to the same point.
They're doing like close-ups of their sweat.
Yeah.
I loved it. Give me more. Give me more. I'll watch an hour of it.
Sure you would.
I would. I love. Oh my god! What the fuck? Sorry, there's a fly flying around my room, and it's actually gotten into my rig. It's actually close to a fan. I'm actually watching this happen right now. I hope it dies.
Oh my god.
I hope it dies.
Bro, it's Tony Stark coming. It's Ant-Man coming back to fix the universe.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Oh my
If
god!
the stream just goes down.
Imagine, yeah. It's like, like when flies go to fly traps. It's like just hits the processor. Oh
I should get
my
better
God.
frames now.
Imagine, yeah. It's
CPU
like,
temp goes down.
my RTX turns into a TI. It's like boom. Overclock.
Have you guys seen the skins in the Marvel Avengers game coming out right now?
To be
No.
honest, no, I don't pay. I've
Yeah,
always,
saw-
back, bro.
I always thought they
I
were.
saw
I always thought the skins
Finto
were
play as
so.
Loki in Fortnite.
That was kind of cool. He has the scepter and stuff. It's actually kind of sweet.
Yeah, he looks really good in Fortnite.
He does. He does. And the
They
horns
got
don't
like
annoy
Captain
me.
America MCU costume in it now.
Oh,
They got, like,
really?
a comic book yeah, they got a really good comic book accurate one now. And like,
Oh,
don't
fuck.
do this to me, bro. Don't do
Yeah.
this to me.
Because I'm like,
Mom,
oh
go.
shit. The costumes in that game were like robbery. Yeah, to begin with, they were
terrible.
so fucking bad, and it's like the same skin but in like 6 different colors, and they expect us to spend like $10 fucking on each one. It's like, are you insane? Like,
know,
no
yeah.
way, bro. I'm excited to get back into that game though with the Black Panther DLC. Like I've said this over and over again. Like it's a game that I'm just gonna keep jumping back in. The DLCs are free. I'll jump back in, play the DLC, and then fuck off again until the next one. Like, I don't want to sit around looting in the game. I just want to play the story. Like the DLCs that you've missed so far, Drnkie, they're actually like pretty fucking sweet. Like They're good.
I know, bro. I'm about to get back into it. You know, I'm like, I could spend a day get into it. You know.
You do each DLC in one stream, like 5-hour banger in the morning. You do one on Wednesday, and then the next Wednesday do the other one. Easy wins, and they're good stories. Like they're good. The Hawkeye one was good. I loved that it went to the future and it was like proper the Old Man Logan fucking comic book. I thought that was fucking sweet. Really good.
I'm really interested in playing Future Imperfect.
Man, hold on. I sent Finto a skin with the MCU Captain America. And I'll send you a tweet, another tweet.
Where did you send it to me? Discord? Or
Discord, yeah.
Here, I can pull it up on the stream. Hang on.
Yeah, and then I got you
Oh
Twitter.
yeah, bro.
Tell me you don't want to play these, bro.
Oh, bro. That's
Put it up on
sweet.
stream, Finto.
It's coming.
Let's see this.
It's coming. What's that?
Like it makes me want to play so bad, bro. And I'm like, God dang
Oh
it,
fuck!
dude.
It's actually a video. Hang on.
Yeah, the second one's a video. The first one's just an image.
Hang on. Yeah, that's very fucking cool, dude.
Right.
Finally, they look good, dude.
Look at the Hulk. Look at this
Yeah.
Hulk here.
Why did that not come out that way, dude?
That looks like a that looks like a mobile game or
Wait,
something.
that's why does he have a John Walker Why does he have a John Walker 5-hour shadow?
And
Yeah, I
then
don't know.
5 hour.
Sorry, I get
the
the-
image above it I sent you on Discord is the MCU.
the MCU one is
Original.
very impressive.
It looks so good. And I love playing as Cap in that game too.
Yeah, Cap is so cool. I love like the mechanics of the sword or of the shield and stuff are really good. Yeah, that's fucking sweet, dude.
Like,
That is
oh,
sweet. I like some of the Black Widow skins. I like playing as Black Widow in it as well. She kind of has like kind of Spidey movements to her jumps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She's really cool.
I wish they would have just they're selling these skins because that's how they want to monetize it.
Yeah.
But I wish they would have just had it to where it's like your helmet would be different Captain America helmets and like why not let you build your own looking your own hero look, you know?
Like with the vast amount of like tiny changes that they have to each suit.
Yeah.
I think they you should be able to just like mix and match and get the pants you want and the top you want or whatever like. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that. Like it's so funny like when you're going through because like every time I log into that game like maybe once a month or something just to have a look at the market or whatever, and like they'll give you like discounted
Cool.
they'll give you like discounted fucking like skins and stuff like that, but they're like the tiniest little like variations of the one right before it. Like it's just so fucking stupid, dude.
Cool.
Yep.
Yo, Zelvin coming in. Oh my god, dude.
5 gifted.
5 gifted subs. Let's fucking go.
Good
Lara
stuff,
got
man.
one.
I know. I'm not
Toasty.
saying he took my badge. I'm not saying nothing to him about that.
Colette got one.
Give me my
Let's
badge.
go.
Right?
Shout out to
Thank you so much.
Zombie89, baby.
This dude has popped into the
Zalvin
D team.
Diesel.
He's popped
He's
into the
been
D
so
team in the
wonderful.
last couple of weeks and has just taken over,
cool.
bro, by storm with gifted subs everywhere.
man.
The amount of support you are giving to the entire community is insane, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's
He's
insane.
a D-team daddy.
E-team daddy.
D team daddy, yes.
Cool.
He
D-
puts the
Daddy
D.
Jill.
He puts the D in daddy. Oh yeah.
Oh my god. What did I see? Oh, guys, yeah, I want to bring it up here. I don't know if maybe some of you haven't seen it yet, but there was a couple of leaks for Spider-Man toys that have like leaked the new suit. Have you seen this?
Yes, actually.
So I'll just bring this up on stream here because this shit is very interesting to me. So this is like a toy. I don't know if you've seen this, Drnkie, but this is a toy that they've released. It's not a pop figure, so I know the pops were the first one to kind of spoil it, but that's a much better look, right? So they've got this one. Then as well, they have another one.
Are you thinking that's what they're gonna replace the
So
what is it, Metal Spider? What is it called?
the one that we've
Shit.
just seen there, I think, is some sort of like maybe a mashup between the Iron Spider and his suit. So maybe he makes a new suit. But here's the other one. This is another one. So
see
like,
it.
I'm getting fucking.
Oh,
I'm getting
black and gold
I'm getting Miles vibes off this with the hands and
off
stuff.
the fingers.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
Dude, if they did a Miles Venom, that'd be freaking cool.
someone, because I was thinking like, I was seeing all these suits and I was like, these are really cool. Like, but then I'm thinking to myself, someone made a very good point. It's like there's a lot of suits popping up here for one Spider-Man.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
true.
hang on a second, you're dead right. This could be a number of like, that one of these suits could be like a suit that Tom Holland makes for fucking
Cool.
for Andrew or something, or for Toby maybe, or a different Spider-Man, or that suit is definitely a Miles suit. There's the smell of Miles off that suit is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Zao coming in with another 10 gifted subs, bro. You were insane. This
subs.
guy, this guy,
yeah.
bro.
Nice.
This guy,
Cool.
I've never seen anything like it. It's insane. The amount of support to the D team guy. It's insane, bro. Thank you so much. Like, I was in your chat, Alex. There was that yesterday.
Cool.
First of the month.
Cool.
Comes in with like 30 gifted subs. I'm like,
Yeah, 30.
I was having a heart
I was
attack
like-
for you, dude. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this is incredible. There's
Maybe
another.
you laughed so hard I was coughing up a
Cool.
storm.
There's another look at the suit. So like that's like definitely Iron Spider logo, and the hands
It's
like the
colored, right?
yeah. It's just like I think he's put his own gold into it.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then I saw somebody shared this kind of OG look at the. This is like a kind of OG look at the original like comic version of the Iron
Cool.
Spider, and I'm kind of thinking like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like, you know, all the gold and stuff.
That's
so,
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
yeah.
makes a lot of sense to me.
Look at the pulsers.
Oh, it's so fucking cool, dude.
Cool.
So cool. Could
I
you
love
imagine?
your pulsar noises, Drnkie?
I don't think they're gonna bring Miles to the MCU cinematic universe.
Cool.
I think they're gonna save him for Disney Plus. Like I think they bring him in to tie the Young Avengers together as one.
So do you think Young Avengers is a TV show? It's not movies?
Cool.
Yeah, I think it's a TV show.
Ooh.
I'd be fine with that.
I think it might even be animated TV show, not even.
No. It's
Live
definitely
action.
100% live action.
Yeah.
Do they have casting done for it?
I don't
Here you
think-
go.
I
Here,
don't
wait,
know.
1 second. I got some evidence.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I mean, you've seen so many of the
Blip,
characters
blip,
now,
blip,
like,
blip.
he's about to-
Here we go. These are all characters that already exist in the MCU.
Well, yeah, I know that
Yeah.
we. Oh, yeah, but they're not technically casting.
He's
They
there.
are?
This dude's here. That Iron Lad.
Not-
He's from
Yeah,
Iron
he's
Man
in it.
3,
Like,
and
but
then he appeared.
they've signed for actual Young Avengers contracts. Is
But
what I'm
these-
saying.
No
Like
one
they were in,
signed for,
they were in their
a specific
shows.
movie. Everyone signs for a larger deal.
True.
Yeah, no, these, well, like, look, you've got Miss Marvel, her own TV show. These kids, WandaVision, soon to be Doctor Strange 2.
Who's Ironheart? Where's she in?
Ironheart
Riri
is, she takes over the Tony Stark mantle, like the Iron Man mantle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
she gets a hold of his technology somehow, and like she builds a suit,
Yeah,
and
she's
then
got,
like Tony's the AI.
she has her own show coming, Ironheart.
Yeah.
Obviously, these boys are in WandaVision, but they're going to be in fucking Doctor Strange 2. Then you've got her in Doctor Strange 2. We've obviously got Kid Loki. She's got her own TV show, the Hawkeye TV show coming. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Patriot, 100% coming.
I bet that kid that was in Iron Man randomly at the end of his funeral is like, God damn it, he's so mad right now. Like, why?
Who's this?
You
I don't
think-
know. I don't know who this one is, but she's going to be in
that's him.
Quantumania. No,
Oh.
the girl. Sorry, in
The
Quantumania.
one girl.
Is that, like-
his daughter?
Is it actually his daughter? Yeah.
Yeah, they changed the actress.
Oh, really?
That's why I don't know her. Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes sense.
Sir, what's the stature? So she's just. I didn't follow
It's kinda
Young
like the-
Avengers too much as a kid. I was more on the DC side with the Teen
Hell
Titans
yeah,
and stuff.
100%, dude. 100%.
Yeah, I don't think anyone shows up. Oh, I'm not gonna say anyone. I don't think a big audience shows up for a Young Avengers movie. They're not gonna have time to build them in the cinematic on the film in the cinema. They're gonna be built on the largely on the Disney Plus shows, and I think that's where they're gonna actually do a Young Avengers, similar to the Defenders on Netflix. I really think that's where they take it.
Yeah. Makes
Do you
sense.
think they could ultimately do a movie afterwards once they've set them up?
I don't know.
I
I don't
don't-
know because I don't know how many people. I don't think they trust their audience to watch Disney Plus and the cinema at the same time.
I think they.
Sure.
I think where it's going is it's going to be like a kind of intro either at the start of, like Phase 5, for example, and then we're kind of going to watch them grow into kind of like mid-teens, early 20s, and then we're going to slowly start seeing the retiring of all of the other heroes, and then it's kind of like, yeah, we'll take over with these guys for like 10 years, and then you'll have like kind of the Young Avengers, but they'll just be the event. They will evolve into the Avengers. It's kind of like the way DC did it with Teen Titans. Teen Titans, the first team become the Titans, and they're all adults and they're not sidekicks anymore. They're their own people, and then it's like, they bring in a new Young Avengers team or whatever, and then it's like fit for a reboot then in 15 years time. That's the way I see it going.
I like that. I think that would.
It makes sense, bro. Like, it's like, you start like planting the seeds now, bringing all these kids in, showing them appearing in stuff where we've got the OG cast, and then it's like, you slowly just start weaning out all the OGs because they're getting too old and the characters are they're killing them off or whatever, and then it just moves on to the new cast, the new generation. It's like X-Men with the new class or whatever.
Yeah, they do got a lot to do. Like, Fantastic Four is going to take us another 10 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're going to be part.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
X-Men another 10 years.
Yeah.
So
I fully predict like Civil War 2 happening in like 2026 or 27 or 28, and it's like, every fucking DC or every Marvel character all in the one big movie, and then we might see a couple of deaths there. Like, I know, isn't that where was it in that one where they actually killed Steve Rogers, and that kind of broke up the whole Civil War thing because they're like, holy shit, he gets assassinated, and then it's kind of like, wow, we got to stop doing this. We're like, this is like, people are dying. So I would not be surprised if they adapted that into like a kind of movie style thing where maybe they kill Anthony Mackie and Bucky and a few of the older crew, and then it's like this big wow event, and then it's like, shit, we need to come back together as one big team, and then boom, there's the birth of the next MCU. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And you've got Miles. You've got Miles at that stage. He can take over as Spidey. Tom Holland will probably be in his 30s, but he could still be there as the mentor. Like, and yeah, I just at the time, I think the time works. It fits for all that.
Mm-hmm.
Big time.
I do want to see Dark Avengers or the Thunderbolts as a movie.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, I think that slaps, and I think you bring back, like, that's where maybe you bring back Steve Rogers. And it's like, I'm coming to sort this fucking shit out with, like, John Walker and stuff. Because, like, in the comics, that was such an epic battle. Like, Steve Rogers comes back, reclaims the shield and all that. I know they kind of did it different in the show, but, maybe he actually, like, knocks fucking Sam around, takes the shield again, and it's like Steve has to come back from space.
Stop putting your will into this. You just want Captain America to come back and knock Sam around.
No, not Sam. I'm saying... John Walker.
You just said that.
No, John Walker does.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't want.
You just want someone to kick Sam's ass. Why is it,
Big
bro?
time.
Chill out, Falcon. Falcon's all right, man.
He's Captain America now, bro. He ain't Falcon no more.
Yeah, he's Captain America.
You just want someone to kick his ass. And
I just don't think. I think he's not a super soldier. He doesn't deserve the shield.
Oh, so that's your standards now, huh?
It's the way it's been for all time.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
Give Bucky the shield. Give
Batman,
Bucky the shield.
I mean, you might as well. I mean, he is a super soldier.
Exactly. 100%. And he's Steve's best friend, and just beautiful.
But I think that's one.
The arm.
That's
in one
thing
hand
about that.
And the shield in the other. Oh my god! And he's a super soldier. Oh my god! It's crazy, bro. Like, that would just be so fucking cool to see. Like, holy.
You might as well get Bucky to be like, all right, Sam, give me your wings. Like,
yeah,
let's do this whole setup.
Trifecta, baby. Give me it all. We're gonna just sideline you completely. We could do it to Hulk in Endgame. We're fucking sidelining Mackie.
I think.
Oh man!
Did you see the art for Miles Morales as Captain America?
It looks so good, bro. I love it.
Dude, that would be. I want to go there with Captain America.
Yeah.
Like, fuck Bucky, fuck Falcon.
Yeah.
Give me Miles Morales.
Yeah. Dude, that would be
like,
so fucking cool. Like, that, I have that comic ordered. That's coming to me. I can't wait to get it. Like, I just want that one for my collection. Like, it's such a beautiful cover. Here, I'll pull it up on stream just for anyone who hasn't seen it.
It makes me like mad that I didn't spend my entire life drawing comics just so I could make something like that. Like, that's like that's why comic books like are like one of the better mediums. That's why I like it more than manga. It's because of the art like this.
Yeah, dude. Like, look at that. Oh my god. It's so fucking cool.
That's so
dude.
amazing.
It's amazing, bro. It's amazing. It's beautiful. I can't wait to read that. Like there's a lot of weird shit going on in the Miles comics right now. I don't know how he goes from what's going on right now to this, but I'm all in. He
gets his own Disney Plus show.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, no, I love the Miles story. I like the kind of Peter dynamic and stuff, and it's really cool. And I think in live action, I think it'll work really well if you get a really good actor to play Miles and kind of introduce him early. What did I heard something crazy? Oh yeah, so I heard someone talking about like, you know, the whole thing with Toby and stuff, and it was like, here's a fucking hot take. Imagine you got like, say, Toby from his universe, or like there's a different universe during the Multiverse of Madness. You actually bring in Donald Glover as Miles from a different universe, but his Spidey is Toby, and then it's like, you know, you give Donald Glover his chance finally to play Spider-Man, but he's an older he's an older Miles. Yeah. I heard that and I was just like, bro, that is just so perfect for him. Like, I was like, shit, that'd be so cool if they did that. Like,
that sounds
even for 10 minutes in a movie, like in like in the Multiverse of Madness, like, you know, that shit is just such a nod to.
We added up all your 10 minutes. You'd have an 8-hour Snyder cut of just Spider-Man, Finto.
That sounds incredible, bro. That sounds so good.
It's about it.
Toby showing up on the Amazonian fucking world, whatever, Themyscira, and he's just fucking shit up. Steppenwolf, he's just like tying him up in webs and stuff. Yeah, I'm all for it, bro. I'm all for it.
I'm realizing now, no matter what negative or joking kind of remarks we make, you add it to your list.
Hey, I can spin webs like Toby, bro. We can spin it. We can spin it.
I know. That's why we want to see. That's why we want to see your wall with the red string, the web that you've already spun for your Spider-Verse.
Did you see what I made? I made a Twitter for the podcast, and I had to put Toby as the profile picture. That was for you, Kyle, and he's holding up the suit. Like, I'm just like, Kyle's gonna love this.
Why stop at one Toby? We need two Tobys in here. It's a multiverse.
Bro,
Why
like,
stop at one?
Who did I see? Did I send? I don't know if I sent you a TikTok, but somebody actually theorized the whole thing about Toby actually being the Uncle Ben of the 616, and I was like, I've been saying this for so long. I was like, it would actually make a lot of sense because you bring Toby in, but he's from the Raimi universe, and Tom Holland sees him and he's like, Uncle Ben, is that you? And they have that connection. You have the Uncle Ben story without actually telling it in the 616, which is a different story, you know.
That could work, yeah, definitely.
It's so good, bro. And I just think then when that version of Spidey dies because they can't keep Toby around, then it hits Tom twice as hard because he's like a guy who looks like his Uncle Ben. He's watching him die all over again, and another version of Peter Parker, like a later version of himself. Like it mirrors and everything. Like, oh, it's heavy shit. Like, I think that would just be fire.
I mean,
absolutely fire.
Do you look at like Toby and then you look at Marisa Tomei and you're like, he could get that? Like, I just don't see it, bro. That's my only problem. Like, seriously. Like, he just does not have it in him.
He doesn't
like,
pull that.
Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying. You need to be like a Robert
9 out of 10.
Jr.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 times he doesn't even get the phone number.
No.
Like, I think Toby's like looking pretty jacked right now. I think he's training for something, like. You know, he's looking the business, like, and I think he comes in
for coming out in the public for the first time since Spider-Man 3.
I'd say welcome back.
Look at that. Look him up, Toby.
Look him up, bro. I think he looks great.
How yoked is he? I see Tom Holland and Zenyatta kissing in real life. Woo!
Yeah, shocker. Shocker, bro. 2021 Tobey Maguire. Let's have a gander at him.
I don't know, man. Like, if he comes back and sees Aunt May, and it's like, I'm with Happy now.
Yeah, and then Happy's like, oh shit, like, look at it. This is what they need to do. Like, he's all battered and bruised, and you know he's seen some shit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Look, yeah, he's just looking real jacked right there.
He's seen some fucking shit, bro. You know, and it's like, and then Tom Holland sees him, and he's like, Uncle Ben, is that you? Boom, bro. It's so good. Holy.
Have you seen my grandson Peter?
Oh no, dude, like, seriously, like, just stop. It'd be the best thing ever. Best thing ever.
We'll see.
Has to happen. Look at it. Oh,
I hope he's just in a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
He just shows up.
I just like,
Hey,
I
Dad,
think
you took care of everything.
imagine Finto, not yet. We gotta wait for the next movie. Oh, bro. Yeah, like, I just think it makes a lot of sense that as well, just with the fact that Raimi's fucking directing Multiverse of Madness. Like, it just makes it even more for me. Like Like when I started believing these theories, I didn't even know Raimi was doing Multiverse of Madness, and I'm like, hang on a second, he's actually doing it. I'm like, Jesus, this is in stone now. Oh man, so good. Did you guys see the whole thing? I don't know if bringing up Star Wars news is good, but they changed the name of Boba Fett's ship. Did you see this shit?
Them.
Did you see this shit?
Yeah, I saw that shit.
It's so stupid, bro. Like, I can understand maybe, like, you know, the Star Wars community is even more sensitive than the fucking, like, Marvel, like, community when it comes to changes.
Anakin's backstory too, then? These motherfuckers?
Yeah, like, everyone's like, basically, for anyone who doesn't know, Boba Fett's ship is called Slave One, and Lego renamed it for the release of a new toy, and they just called it, like, Boba Fett's Starship. They just renamed it on the box. So, like, some of the hardcore Star Wars people are like, fuck that, man, you know, like, I've known it as Slave One since 1982 and blah blah blah, and, you know, it's like, you know, Anakin is a fucking slave. Why are they trying to hide the whole slave thing? But I suppose where I kind of stand on it is, like, you know, until it's referenced in the Boba Fett show as his starship and not Slave One, then I suppose if they go and change it, like it's a drastic change to it like that, like give it a new name or something, then it's kind of them trying to change stuff, which is kind of stupid. But yeah. I can see why on a Lego toy they're going to refer to it as just his starship. Like, you know, it's like,
I guess I could too. That's a good point. I'm overreacting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like, you know, like even if like, you know, I think Lego have done this in the past where it's like, you know, there's a episode 3 toy and it's like Anakin's TIE fighter or some shit like that, like, you know, where it's like it doesn't have an actual name, even though, you know, the real nerds know that it actually does have a code or whatever, like the T164 or whatever the fuck, like. So
hey dudes, I have to dip out a little bit earlier. I have to go take care of my dogs and feed them and stuff because I'm the only one here. So
yes sir.
All right.
Enjoy that pizza, brother.
Oh yeah, it's been sitting down there. No, I let it get cold for y'all. I let it get cold. I'm a real one.
Wow, bro, that means a lot to me, dude. Yeah, you probably should have
ordered
later.
I wanted them to take longer. You know, I wanted them to take a little bit longer. I'm excited for next week. Yeah, GG's, dude.
Yeah,
Later,
big time, dude.
Thanks, Kyle.
Later, dude. Enjoy that pizza. Bronxy, we're 3 hours deep and we're still going. Amen, sir. Yeah, like did you see this shit about Warner Brothers? Like they fired some dude who's working on the Flash. And this
Ezra Miller, hopefully.
I imagine, yeah.
Oh god.
No, they basically turned around and they fired a dude who works for Warner Brothers. And as a fuck you to Warner Brothers, he released a clip, like a featurette for the Flash, and like leaked out the new suit and everything. Like it just leaked a bunch of stuff. Like,
Oh boy.
No.
yeah. I haven't.
He's gonna get sued.
I haven't been able to find I've seen like clips of bits of it being used. I haven't been able to see the whole featurette, but apparently there's 1 or 2 giant spoilers in the featurette that he actually censored out himself. I presume maybe thinking like, I actually will probably go to prison, like if they find out it's me who released this. Like, so he kind of censored the video, but yeah, this like you know, like the original kind of Flash suit was like, he has like gold boots. It's kind of like a known thing, the Flash's gold boots. So they in this clip you see him running and he's got the gold boots and all from the old comics and stuff. Like, oh bro, yeah, this guy was just like, fuck you Warner Brothers, I'm gonna release this shit.
That's kind of disrespectful to the cast and stuff.
Yeah, like big time, especially like if they're trying to keep stuff secret, like, you know.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
I do like the attitude though, you know.
I do as well. Like, yeah, it's like, hang on a sec, you're gonna fire me? Fuck you. Yeah, no, I just like, I hate Warner Brothers. I hate what they're doing. I hate, like, they've just made shit of DC so much so like that. I'm just like, you know, how DC have, maybe DC are stuck in some sort of like crazy contract that they can't get out of with them or something, but it's like everything that they touch for DC has just been really bad for so long, right?
I think Warner Bros. Owns DC Comics.
They need to fucking break free. I'm hoping this Discovery thing is just such a better move for them, creative wise. But it's just crazy, bro.
There's been a rumor that Robert Kirkman, the guy who does Walking Dead, that he's been in talks to buy DC Comics outright. Where like Discovery or whatever would still have like the movie rights, you know what I mean? But like he would actually have the comic book.
Wow. Like, to be honest,
I think that would work.
To be honest though, DC Comics are fine. Like the comic books are in great shape. There's nothing like I wouldn't want anything to change with the comics. They're perfect. It's just the movies, and the TV's a bit wacky as well. But like the movies is just they're in shit, bro. Like even the TV's not that bad. Like the stuff HBO's doing now, Doom Patrol was fantastic. Titans is great. There's oh my god, what's it called? Swamp Thing, which got cancelled, but the CW actually picked it back up. As long as they keep the same vibe that the HBO had with it, like that Swamp Thing show was fucking incredible. It was so good. It was so dark. It was real kind of twisted and stuff. I just fear that the CW won't be able to kind of pull that off on their network, but I don't know if they can keep the same.
Was the
cast and
revenue?
stuff. Sorry,
Was the revenue just not there?
they had a problem apparently because they shot the show in like some swampland. They actually shot it on a location in like Georgia or something. I might be getting the state wrong. Is there like swamplands in Georgia?
Kind of down like the southeast part.
Probably.
Georgia's like has a lot of filming too.
Yeah, I think it's Georgia. I might be wrong. You might need to just double check that. But
Louisiana's a big swamp state.
something like that. But they were actually on set, and what ended up happening was the government of that state fucking threw them out. And started trying to like jack up their prices. So they tried to like tax like HBO and stuff, like severely, like looking for millions off them to continue shooting, and they had to literally just say, no, we're gonna pack up and leave. Like we can't justify this cost, and that was why the show got fucked. So now I think what they're going to be doing is they've sold off the rights to continue the show to the CW. So I presume all the CW stuff is shot up in Canada. So I presume it's going up to like British Columbia or some shit. Like it's going to be shot up there, but it's not going to hit the same. Like when you watch that show, like if you have access to that, I would highly recommend watching it. It's 10 episodes. It's dark as fuck. You feel like you're in a swamp. You feel dirty watching it. Like it's so good. But
It must have been in the dark because I wanted to watch it.
Yeah, it was on HBO Max, I believe. We have it here on Netflix, I think, and I think we have it on Amazon as well. But the libraries are so different around the world. You guys might have it on, if it's on HBO Max, maybe it might, or maybe it's not there anymore because they probably sold it to CW. I don't know. It's got to be somewhere. Have a look for it though. It is so good. It's so graphic. It's really kind of disturbing. Like how they do a lot of like the death scenes in it and stuff like that. Like there's all these like kind of corpses with like roots and stuff growing out through them. It's really dark. Like because when I heard that, sorry, it was Ghosty's telling me here. It was on the actual DC streaming service before that shut down. That's where it originally was.
Streaming service?
Yeah, so that's where the likes of Titans and Doom Patrol and stuff like this, they all started there. I can't believe I forgot this. Yeah, so the streaming service was actually really good. But they stupidly didn't launch it worldwide. They launched it in the States and left it in the States. So anybody that, like me, who had to watch it in Ireland, I had to like illegally download copies of it to watch it because it just wasn't available anywhere for me to get. Like I don't have access to their service, and you know, for me, I'm a stickler for quality, so I'm not gonna sit on a laptop and watch it on a VPN. You know, I want like the full fucking 4K experience, and I'm gonna throw it on my TV. Like, you know, I want to watch it on the big TV. So for me, I was like, I have to torrent this. I have no other option. But since then, they've sold the rights to like Titans and Doom Patrol and stuff like that to HBO Max, and that's where those shows are living now. But we have them on Netflix over here, so it's just licensing is such a mess.
God, Doom Patrol is so good, dude.
Doom Patrol's fucked up, and it's like just like crazy, and it's just so fun to watch. Yeah, so good. Brendan Fraser is an absolute like
treasure.
He's a treasure in it. And did you know that he actually sits at home and records his lines on a fucking iPhone? He doesn't even go to set unless he actually does a flashback scene. Most of his work, because he's a robot in the show, and most of his work is literally shot through his iPhone. It's hilarious, dude. It's so good, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a fucking huge DC fan, bro. Like I literally have thousands of DC comics. I love them so much. And the TV for me has always been good. Titan season 3 is going to be incredible. They're doing Death in the Family with Jason Todd. It's going to be just like, it's one of the best what am I saying? It's one of the best Batman comics ever told. Such a big event in the 80s. Like they literally left it to the public to vote whether they were going to kill off Jason Todd or not. And it was a public vote whether they were going to, like, how they decided where the comic book was going to go. Like they let people write in and vote, and they counted up the votes whether they were going to kill him off or not. Crazy.
How'd that go?
crazy. It didn't go well. The Joker bet his head in with a crowbar and he died. But it's like so dark, but the show is doing it, like, and you're just like, oh my god, this is actually going to be incredible. Like, and they did Deathstroke really well in season 2 as well. And there's an episode in season 2 where they introduce Superboy, which is like the clone, which is mixed between Superman's DNA and Lex Luthor's, and they just do that fucking storyline so well. That show, like that one episode of that show, is one of the best episodes of TV I think I've ever seen. Like the intro of Superboy, I think it's season 2, episode 6. I'll never forget it. Blew me away. Just so fucking good. Like, it was like they kind of plucked like Cavill, like the epicness of Cavill's Superman, but put it on TV, and you were kind of like, you weren't expecting it at all, and it was just so comic accurate, and it was just, oh man, it was poetry watching it. It was so good. They've even got Crypto the dog in it and everything. It's fucking brilliant. Like, if you're a DC fan, Titans is there for you. It's so good. So good. Had Deathstroke's daughter always been canon? Yeah, she was. She is. She is indeed. So he has a daughter, and her name is... Oh my god, I can't think of her name right now. But she's a badass. Like, she's an assassin in it. She's like an Asian assassin. So he's married with kids. He's got 2 sons, but he actually, on a mission, ends up getting with like an Asian hooker, and then she gets pregnant and has a daughter. I think her name is Rose. Yeah, Rose Wilson, yeah. And then basically she comes back and like just hates him because he abandons her, so she trains her entire life to go and kill Deathstroke, like, but she turns into a badass character, like, and she ends up showing up in Titans as well. It's fucking great, like, so good. Yeah, so good. Highly recommend it.
Oh man, that hype.
Yeah, I have so much hype for DC, and it breaks my heart when I just see how bad these movies are doing in the theater. Like, I'm just like, fuck, bro. Like, they just have the blueprints for everything, and it's just fire. And Warner Brothers just can't pull the trigger. I just don't get it. They just can't.
Don't worry. J.J. Abrams is coming to save you.
Yeah, he's coming to just rewrite Superman for some stupid reason when it doesn't even need to be done. Ah, bro.
Man.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. Guys, if there's nothing else, I think that's probably a good kind of breaking point. Thank you, JJ.
Nice, marvelous chat.
Yeah, a marvelous chat indeed. Guys, thank you so much.
You want to play
Sorry,
Vampire game?
I was gonna ask you, like, should I boot that up? Should I play it now? Like,
it's worth it. Totally worth it. Great game.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of sad that the alpha's only going until like Sunday afternoon, because I'm not streaming tomorrow, so if I don't play it now, I'm probably not going to get a chance to try it. So yeah, I think I'll stay on for a few more hours and try and tip into it and give it a go for sure.
I really liked it. I'm gonna jump back on tomorrow. I think at least do one more day with it, because I had a lot of fun.
I kind of have a fear that the game is gonna, like, you know, be really good and be really well received, and it's like, hey, we'll see you in 2023 for the full release. You know?
Yeah, maybe. I hope it's more palpable to like the broader casual audience.
Yeah.
Because I thought Hyperscape was like really tough for the casual player.
Yeah.
And I hope this one's a little bit easier, because it is a really good game, but like anything that doesn't appeal to that, it's like dead on arrival, you know?
Yeah. Like, I loved watching you play Hyperscape, but I just couldn't play it myself. It was too kind of quick paced, and I was getting pissed off, and I was just like, I don't really have the time to be like injecting all of this time to try and get good at this game, because I was still really enjoying Fortnite and enjoying other games like DBD as well. And I'm just like, I can't focus on, like, for me, it would have to be me like maining that game for months, like, to get good at it. Like, and I'm just like,
yeah,
I can't commit to this. Like, so I'm hoping that this Bloodhunt game is better. It looks fucking really cool. So yeah,
the setting is so good.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to tip into it, and we'll
and
give it a go.
The mechanics look forgiving for first time players as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
especially with the fact that you self revive, like, it helps you kind of like gauge, like, oh crap, I did something wrong, like, and if you can get out of it, it's like, cool, I'm back up. I can learn from my mistakes.
Yeah. It's 1 a.m. now here, so I'm curious what these like EU lobbies are going to be like at 1 a.m. on an alpha, like, so or maybe just play by myself, like, I don't even know, just fighting some AI. Yeah. Amen. All right, dudes, thank you so much.
Later, everybody.
We'll chat to you soon.
Thank you for having us.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. That was amazing. another fantastic